And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Lady Hornets basketball on MyBasin.com. Tonight, the Hornets defending home court against the crosstown rival Klamath Union Pelicans. Appreciate you being with us this evening. My name is Josh Eldridge, and a pair of real special games tonight with high stakes for all teams participating here in this varsity girls matchup. It is a battle potentially for the Skyline Conference. With Henley Hornets collecting a win tonight, they have the possibility to clinch the conference this evening, at least become co-champions. Meantime, Klamath Union, they are still searching for the potential to stay in the conference title race. We'll take a look at the Skyline Conference standings as we move forward throughout the Lady Hornets broadcast tonight. And then later on this evening, when the varsity boys square off against Klamath Union, Henley has a chance to seal the title outright from Klamath Union. That's going on later on this evening. But first, of course, the Lady Hornets take on the Lady Pelicans with the Skyline Conference squarely in view of Henley. We'll be back right after this. We'll take a look at the Skyline Conference standings as well as what happened last time these two teams met. All that next as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball on MyBasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we welcome you back inside the Hornets' nest for tonight's coverage of Lady Hornets basketball on MyBasin.com. The Skyline Conference crown is square in the middle of these two teams right now as we take a look at the Skyline Conference standings and see that the Henley Hornets are 5-1 and leading the pack coming into tonight's contest, 14-8 overall with that 7th in the state marker. The Hornets right now, again, leading the pack in the Skyline Conference, just a half game up on Mazama. And we'll talk about those Vikings here in just a minute as, again, they are ranked 2nd in that Skyline Conference. 5-2 in league play, 9-10 overall on the season. And then we've got the Pelicans. They are 3-3, 7-7 overall this season, a 500 ball club that is certainly playing some good basketball at the tail end of the season. Right after that, you've got the Phoenix Pirates, who are 3-4, 11-10 on the season. Finally, Hidden Valley, still winless in conference play as we get to the final week, 0-6, 5-15 in conference play. Now, if the Hornets win tonight, they will hold the tiebreaker over Mazama, who plays tonight as well. They're taking on Hidden Valley. That game is happening right here in town over at Valhalla Court, so we'll try our best to get you score updates later on in the broadcast tonight. But if the Hornets end up winning this contest tonight and Mazama falls in their game to Hidden Valley, the Lady Hornets will be Skyline Conference champions. Even if Henley wins this evening, they will have the tiebreaker, at least unofficially, over Mazama until we have that final game. But it is based off of state ranking in descending order. Right now, Henley's ranked 7th. Mazama is ranked 16th. So something to think about as we continue throughout the game tonight. That is what Klamath Union is battling for, a potential to keep the dream alive in terms of making a play-in game. As we understand how the OSAA playoffs work, out of the 16 teams that make the playoffs, 8 are automatically qualified as the winner of their respective conferences. That would be the number 1 team from the Kawapa League, the Tri-Valley Conference, the Oregon West Conference, the Sky-M League, the Skyline Conference, and the Greater Oregon League. So those 6 league winners, along with 2 of the next highest-ranked teams, will automatically qualify for the first round of the 16-team bracket. Following that, there's a play-in games that will be picked from the remaining number 2 teams out of each conference and a handful of the third-best teams from each conference, which is what Klamath Union is battling for right now, the ability to stay alive and hopefully earn a play-in game berth as they prepare to do battle against the hometown Henley Hornets, who are looking to secure a league title this evening. It is senior night as well, so we're getting close to those festivities. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the seniors for both teams tonight, as well as talk about what time these 2 squads squared off. That's coming up next on mybasin.com.
Wait, all I do is wait. So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's start here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of Ford tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
You can hear the roar of the crowd as we come back from break as the Hornets faithful honoring Holly Parker tonight, the lone senior for the Henley Lady Hornets, finding herself to half court now as she is being escorted by her parents coming on out to half court. A very special night here inside the Hornets nest. Holly Parker playing her final home game, and for the Klamath Union Pelicans tonight, they've got a handful of seniors making their last trip to Henley High School. Emma Langley, Jenny Serrato, Alex Slavin, and Lena Derry, the seniors tonight for Klamath Union. As we are just a few minutes away from hearing tonight's starting lineups, it's worth mentioning what happened last time these 2 teams squared off. It was one heck of a game back at Pell Court, a game in which Henley ended up sneaking away in the second half, 64-51, but a 13-point difference between these 2 teams does not tell the entire story, as it was Dianara Pena who led all scorers in that game with 20 points. You also had 18 contributed from Klamath Union's Keeley Hall. Those are going to be the 2 top scorers to look out for tonight for Klamath Union. Plenty of other girls can contribute as well, but it's going to be Dianara Pena and Keeley Hall, the 2 main scorers. A lot of rebounds rebounding coming from a handful of the other girls from Klamath Union that we'll get the names of tonight in the starting lineups. And for Henley, it was Annie Campos and Anna Harper who led the way in scoring, each scoring 14 points the last time these two teams played. So sure to see some fireworks tonight inside the Hornets' nest as the teams come on out to share a moment with their senior. See a couple of tears, but as Holly Parker also gave the flowers to the visiting Klamath Union players tonight, hugs exchanged. It is a nice night here at Henley High School. And of course, between games, we'll honor the boys' seniors tonight as well and give them all their flowers, so to speak. The Henley Hornets getting ready to do battle against the Klamath Union Pelicans. They're at half court. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, it'll be time for basketball.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. As senior Alexis Johnson sings our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing from bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
Well, it's just about time for basketball this evening at Henley High School, just south of downtown Klamath Falls. As we are getting ready for the starting lineups tonight, we'll begin first with the visiting Klamath Union Pelicans. Starting at guard, senior number 5, Emma Langley. In the post, it's number 10, a junior, Keely Hall. Number 13 at the other guard position, a junior, Dianara Pena. Number 50 in the post, it is Andy Harmon. And number 21, a senior, Alex Slavin. John Nahar is the head coach of the Klamath Union Pelicans, assisted by Sam Stewart and Jefferson Harmon. Now let's meet the starting 5 for the hometown Lady Hornets as we shut off the lights inside the Hornets' nest. We'll start with the freshman guard wearing number 4. It's Lily Fassell. The senior, the wing, number 11, Holly Parker. At the junior wing position, it's number 12, Maya Mock. The forward tonight, a junior, number 15, Annie Campos. And down low in the post, it's number 22, a sophomore, Anna Harper. The Hornets are coached tonight by Randy Denson and assisted by Heidi Friend and Kevin Petrick. What a great night for basketball in the Klamath Basin. 2 crosstown rivals going at it. Last time it was the Hornets who came out on top inside Pell Court, and now at Henley High School, the Hornets looking to defend home court against a formidable Klamath Union ball club. Again, it was a 13-point differential last time these two teams squared off, but it was played close through most of that first three quarters, as Klamath Union looks like they control the opening tip. The shot up quickly on the near side by Harmon, and she can't get it to go, but Klamath Union collects the loose ball as it's Slavin who brings it out beyond the perimeter, kicking it to Pena, who's guarded by Campos along the far side. Pena floats one down low into Hall for an easy look at two, and Keeley Hall and the Pelicans strike first in this game. On the other side, it's Anna Harper who collects the bucket and the foul to tie things up at 2, and Anna Harper a chance to put her team ahead with a made free throw here. Here's the free throw from Harper. It's just short off the front iron. The loose ball is kicked out to Mock. She collects on the far side, tries to get it down inside to Campos, but it is swiped away by Langley on the far side. Now the Lady Pels shoving it ahead now to Pena on the near side. Pena puts it on the deck up against Campos. Now it's over far side to Slavin. Slavin guarded by Mock, top of the key, trying to find a way around the pesky junior defender. Finally kicking it to Pena near side. Pena crossing to her left, dribbling into the free throw line, spinning around in the double team, kicks it outside to Hall beyond the perimeter. Now Slavin on the far side. Slavin spinning around to her left, going to hand it off to Langley. Langley now getting it near side to Hall before it bounces outside to Pena. Pena puts it on the deck, moving left, kicks it over far side to Langley. Langley guarded by Fussell, tries to drive inside. 6:46 to go in the first quarter, and the Hornets and the Pelicans are tied at 2. It's Hall. Hall bothered by Fussell. Now finally he's going to kick it outside to Slavin. Slavin coming along near side, puts it on the deck, trying to get to the near corner, and does. But she turns around, hands it off to Hall beyond the arc. Hall loses the dribble but recollects. Now trying to get it inside to Harmon, but it's knocked out of bounds. Possession going to go to the Pels, as Henley playing staunch defense early, not letting the Pelicans get inside at all. But they do have shooters. We'll see if this continues to be the Hornets' plan. As the pass goes inside to Hall, throws it up off the glass. It won't go. Hall collects her own rebound, back up with the shot that rolls around the rim and falls. Keeley Hall with a pair of points puts her team up 4-2 as Campos pushes it ahead, steps into a triple, banks it off the backboard. It's no good. Battle for the rebound is a held ball, and it'll go to KU. Ooh, they're going to call a foul against Mock, actually, so that'll be Henley's first foul. And Aaron Garcia into the game now for the Pelicans. Slavin collects the inbound. Now going the other way. Kicks it near side to Garcia, getting it inside to Hall, who is trapped down low, bouncing it back outside to Garcia. Garcia driving to the rim, up off the window, it's no good. Almost saved from going out of bounds by Parker. And just some wires crossed there from Harper and Parker allows the Pelicans to retain possession. Inbound pass goes quickly to Slavin, the shot no good. And now Parker racing up the floor, lofting it ahead to Mock, but she loses the dribble. Ball goes out of bounds, possession Pelicans.
Checking in for Henley, number 10, Senya Campos.
Senya Campos into the game for Maya Mock and the Hornets. Inbound pass is broken up, but collected by Hall, as it was Campos with the defensive effort. Now Hall stopped along the near side, trying to get it into Garcia. Back to Hall, driving to the rim, up off the glass, no good. Campos with the rebound, and she gets fouled. And so Campos and the Hornets retain possession. Fussell to inbound to Campos, as it'll be Annie to cross the timeline for the Lady Hornets. Passing it ahead to Senya Campos, head fakes the three, now trying to drive inside, gets tied up. A held ball, possession Hornets. The score 4-2 with 5:17 to go in the first, and Klamath Union out in front of Henley early. Here's Fasel to inbound. Fasel lofting it up high to Senya Campos. Senya puts it on the deck, spins around, contains the handle, back outside to Harper for three. Front iron, no good. And it'll be Langley who collects the glass. Battle down low is stripped away by Fasel. She goes back up with the shot, can't get it. The putback is good. Fasel, the freshman, with her first 2 points tonight, ties things up at 4. 4:56 to go in this first quarter. All right, pass goes ahead to Garcia. Garcia bothered by Parker on her way up the floor. Driving in low, comes along to the right side, terminates the dribble, kicks it far side to Slavin. Slavin head fakes, driving inside, outside to Langley on the far corner. And a held ball. Possession will stay with Klamath Union. That was Parker and Fasel in on the action. To inbound will be Slavin. Lofting it down low to Hall. Has it blocked by Annie Campos. Battle for the ball underneath is held by each team. Possession goes to the Hornets. And nice defense there by Annie Campos. Getting in there on the loose ball. Contributing to the turnover after a solid block, as it'll be Annie to bring it up the floor again for the Hornets. Annie throwing it ahead to Holly. Now back to Campos. Campos kicking it over to Harper. Now to Parker on the far side. Parker now on the right side wing to Harper. Now to Annie near side. 4-3 is no good. It's off the front of the rim, and a long rebound is collected by Pena. Pena stops beyond the arc. Fires a triple. Front iron, no good. The rebound collected by Garcia at the free throw line. She's going to hand it back outside to Pena. Pena puts it on the deck. Step back. Head fake three. Gets it inside to Nice, who's checked into the game for the Pels. Pena lofting it down low to Hall, who has it stripped away by Senya Campos. Right place, right time for Senya Campos as she brings it into the front court. Trying to get it down low to Fasel. Fasel up with a shot, and that won't go. Now it's Pena. Pena crosses to her left. She can dribble with either hand. Here's Garcia. Kicking it over to Pena. Pena head fakes a three. Driving inside. Going to the lane and is fouled on the drive. And so it'll be a Dianara Pena at the line for a pair for Klamath Union. This will be Pena's first and second free throws of the night. Again, last time these two teams played, it was Pena who led all scorers with 20 points. Maya Mock and Kennedy Modine into the game for Henley. And subs for KU as well. I believe it was Slavin who's checked back into the game. First free throw from Pena is off its mark. Tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. Second free throw is good from Pena, makes the score 5-4. Klamath Union with 3.5 to go in the first. Campos thought about a three, puts it on the deck, dishes it back outside to Modine for a triple, won't go. Rebound collected by Harper, puts it on the deck, back with the putback, uses the window and converts. Harper's got 4 points tonight. Her team leads 6-5, 3:12 to go in the first. Garcia loses the dribble but recollects, gets it to Pena. Pena moving right with it, trying to come in the near corner. Now driving baseline, kicks it outside to Hall, who can't contain the pass. It's picked away by Fasel. Fasel ahead to Campos. Campos trying to drive the lane, kicks it back outside to Fasel. Another look at three, and this time the Hornets splash it. Fasel 5 points tonight, and the score 9-5, 2:45 to go in the first. Hall getting it back to Garcia. Garcia coming along the near side, steps into three, no good. Rebound is collected by Hall, who goes back up with the shot, and it's good. Keely Hall with 6 points tonight. Her team still trailing 9-7 with 2:20 to go in the first. Here are the Hornets now, kicking it outside to Campos. She fires a triple, won't go, and it'll be Garcia who cleans the glass. It's stripped away by Facel, but Dakota Neese recollects the loose ball, hands it to Pena, as it'll be Pena who brings it into the front court for Klamath Union. Here's Pena, driving to the rim, has it knocked away. It'll remain KU basketball. And we're going to have Andy Harmon check in for Keely Hall and the Lady Pels. Also, it looks like Senya Campos coming in for Kennedy Modine. Lily Facel getting those shoes tied as we are ready for basketball. It'll be Pena to inbound on the baseline. Lofting it far side to Slavin. Slavin driving inside. Pass down low to Neese is intercepted and ripped away by Anna Harper. A held ball, possession Pelicans. Pena collects the lofted inbound pass in the near corner. Takes a screen going left from the right elbow jumper. No good. Ball goes out of bounds and last touched by KU. So it'll be Hornets basketball. They lead 9-7 with 1:48 to go in the first quarter. Annie Campos bringing it up the floor. Kicking it near side to Mock. Mock thwarted by a double team quickly. Over to Senya Campos, finds Annie on the far side. Annie puts it on the deck, driving the lane. Spins around, fadeaway jump shot, rattles out. No good. Rebound is saved by Mock, but she steps out of bounds. And it'll be Pelicans basketball underneath the rim. Dakota Neese to inbound. Bouncing it to Pena. 1:29 to go in a 9-7 first quarter. Pass goes over to Dianara Pena. She's going left, lofting it down low, and the shot missed by Harmon. Rebound collected by Henley. Pass ahead to Annie. Campos flying it into Harper, who goes up with the shot. It's no good, but the long rebound collected by Campos. Campos zipping it inside to Facel for an easy look at the rim. The score now 11-7, 56 seconds to go in the first, and Henley leads. Slavin putting pressure on the Hornets with a fadeaway jumper off the glass, no good. Here's Senya Campos with the rebound. She brings it into the front court for Henley. Dribbling to the perimeter, kicks it to Annie, back to Senya. Head fakes a three. Now a free throw line jumper is no good, but she did get fouled. And so that will send Senya Campos to the line for a pair. First free throw from Senya is good. And Modine back into the game for the Lady Hornets. Second free throw misses its mark, and the rebound is snagged by Harmon. She tosses it ahead to Garcia. Garcia right beyond the perimeter, kicking it to Harmon on that left side. Harmon now to Hall in the left block. Hall takes a screen, going to her right, terminates the dribble, and is going to find Garcia top of the key. 24 seconds now to go in the first, and Henley leads 12-7. Pass intercepted by Harper. She loses the dribble, and possession will stay with the Pels as the ball goes out of bounds with 18.6 to go in the opening frame. It'll be Garcia to inbound, lofting it high to Pena. Pena has to run to save that one from going out of bounds and gets there just in time. 15 seconds now to go in the first. She's taking the screen to her left, trying to get it down low into Hall, but the pass picked away by the Hornets. Campos collects the loose ball. Dribbling near, kicks it outside to Senya Campos. She's just beyond the arc now, 3 seconds to go, and a double dribble charge to Senya. And with 3 seconds left in the first quarter, it'll be Pelicans basketball. We'll see if they can force a quick shot to end the opening frame. Pass comes inside to Langley, and she will not be able to get a shot off before the first quarter buzzer sounds. We go to the second with Henley leading 12-7. You've got more Lady Hornets basketball next on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Back inside the Hornets' nest for tonight's Lady Hornets basketball coverage. It's 12-7 as we enter the second quarter. Henley looking to secure at least a co-championship of the Skyline Conference against the Pels. Right now they lead by 5. Campos driving to the rim and finishing with her left. Campos getting her first points of the night, making the score 14-7, and Henley leading. Pass intended inside for Harmon is broken up. Pena to inbound, gets it to Langley. Langley back to Pena. Pena trying to dribble around, goes up with the floater, it's good. Pena with the deft touch trims the lead back down to 5. As now it's Holly Parker operating along the far side. A triple, no, they're gonna say that was just a 2 from Fussell. And so Fussell leading all scorers tonight. After that made bucket, makes it 16-9. Loose ball collected by Fussell, and the Hornets trying to get it outside to Campos, but it's picked up by Hall. Now the rebound finally collected by Annie. She throws it ahead to Modine. Modine inside to Parker, up off the glass, no good. Modine with the rebound, kicks it outside to Campos, puts it on the deck, driving to the rim and gets fouled. Lily Fussell, the freshman, already with 9 points tonight as her team leads 16-9 with 6:54 to go in the second quarter. Here's Annie Campos at the line. The first free throw is good. Slavin and Nice into the game for Harmon and Garcia for the Lady Pelicans. And here's Annie Campos' second attempt at the line. The shot, the hoop. The score 18-9, and Henley leads Klamath Union with 6:50 to go in the second. It's Slavin who labors up the court, driving down low, and the shot no good. Hall collects the rebound, hands it off to Pena. Pena trying to drive the right lane, up with the shot, and a blocking foul is going to earn Pena 2 shots at the line. Are they giving her free throws? It looked like they might have at first, but I think the officials had a conversation and overruled that. And no, it is going to be free throws. Okay, that's what I thought the initial call was. So Pena is headed to the line for 2. A reminder that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza. If you're looking for a great place to eat, head to one of Abby's Legendary Pizza locations for some of the best pizza in the Klamath Basin at 1919 Austin Street or 2226 Shalleck Street near OIT. Abby's Legendary Pizza is a proud supporter of high school sports. Pena's first free throw was good. The second one on the way is going to miss its mark. The rebound collected by Harper. Here's Harper trying to take it herself. Spins around, kicks it to Campos, who steps into a three. It's good. First three tonight for Annie as the ball is collected on the other side as the Pelicans try to push the pace. Turnover collected by Campos. Beautiful bounce pass inside to Fasell is blocked by Slavin. Now it's Hall battling on the inside and a whistle. We'll see what the call is here. All right, Fasell picks up a foul, so it will be Pelicans basketball. Mock and Campos in for Fasell and Parker as Pena lofts it high to Langley into the front court. Langley collects the ball, passed outside to Slavin, zipping it inside to Hall, who spins around to her left, gets fouled, and the bucket. Nice finish by Keely Hall down low. She's got 8 points tonight and looking to earn her 9th on a pending free throw. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Picking the right path can make the journey easier, the distance shorter, and can assure that you end up at the right place. Whether you're dreaming of owning a home or you just want a great checking account, Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union can help you reach your goals. 21-13, 6:03 to go in the second, and Henley leads Klamath Union. Here's Campos along the far side. Right elbow jumper catches nothing but lace on its way down. And now it's 23-13, 5:47 to go in the second quarter. Here's Pena on the far side. Trying to move to her right, driving inside, up with her right hand, off the glass, no good. Pena collects her own rebound. The putback attempt goes awry. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Pena. It'll be Hornets basketball. Garcia in for Slavin and the Pelicans. And here's Senya Campos. Getting it to Annie, now back to Senya. Lofting it ahead to Mock. Mock down low in the paint is going to have it stripped away, falls on it. A held ball, possession Pelicans. Both teams' defense working hard, but so far it's been the Hornets who've found holes and splashed jump shots. It's been the difference so far in this game as Pena coming along the near side. Chris crosses to her left, spins around at the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper going to her right's no good. And Anna Harper gets the rebound, lofting it ahead to Annie. All right, Annie Campos trying to drive along that right block. Up with her right hand, off the glass, it's good. Nice finish there by Annie Campos. As now it is 25-13, the Hornets lead. 4:50 to go in the second, and a held ball. Possession Hornets as Lily Fasell checks in for Maya Mock. Alex Slavin into the game for Keely Hall. Annie Campos brings it into the front court for the Hornets, tossing it to Lily Fasell. Outside to Senya Campos for threes, no good. Rebound's going to go out of bounds. It'll be Pelicans basketball. Collecting the inbound for Klamath Union was Harmon, and traveling to the rim was Alex Slavin. So it'll be a turnover and Hornets basketball. 25-13, Henley leads, 4.5 to go in the first half. Here's Annie Campos. Tossing it near side to Senya Campos, bouncing it down low to Harper, back outside to Senya. Bounces off her leg and ends up in the hands of Lily Fasell. Back to Senya Campos. Campos puts it on the deck, zipping it inside to Campos, and what a pass, the connection. 27-13, now 4:07 to go in the second. Shot on the other side is off its mark from Garcia. Outside, Langley for a triple, won't go. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Harmon. Campos walks it across the timeline for the Hornets. Crosses to her left. Passes it to Campos. Spins around to her right. Trying to split the double team. Is tied up. Held ball. Possession Pelicans.
Possession KU. Back on for the Hornets. Number 1, Kennedy Modine.
Kennedy Modine into the game for Senya Campos and the Lady Hornets. And Dakota Neese to inbound. Gets it to Slavin. Slavin into the front court now. Passes it over to Langley. Langley zipping it back to Garcia. Garcia going left with it. Takes the Slavin screen. Tries to spin around Fussell. Driving the baseline. Up with the shot. No good. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touched, I believe, by Parker. And it'll remain Pelicans basketball. Hornets have separated themselves in this quarter, up by 14. Garcia cannot get the pass off in time. It'll be a turnover in Hornets basketball. Pena and Hall getting set to check in for KU at the next break. Here's Campos for Henley. Passing it near side to Modine. She fires a triple. It's good. Kennedy Modine sinking one from deep, extends her lead 30-13 with 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. On the other side for Klamath Union, it's Slavin. Pardon me, that's Garcia for a triple. Now near side again to Modine. Can she do it again? That one won't go. Pass goes over, kicked loose. Garcia racing to it, collects. Tries to loft it down low to Harmon. Spins around, up with the shot. Tries to use the glass, it won't go. And I believe we have an official's timeout. As it was Dakota Neese who hit the deck pretty hard on the far side. All right. Looks like we are back ready to go. The score is 30-16. Henley leads Klamath Union, 2:28 to go in the second. Again, if if Henley holds on to this game, they will at least secure co-champions in the Skyline Conference. Here's Modine on the near side. Head fakes a three, steps to her left, kicks it to Fussell, drives baseline, the mid-range jump shot's no good. And the rebound collected by Pena. Pena lofts it far to Langley. Langley to Hall, drive into the rim, the layup no good. And Harper gets the rebound. Harper kicks it ahead to Campos. Campos going to kick it over to Parker on the far side. Steps to her left, now kicks it to Fussell on the far side. Fussell down low to Harper, has it knocked loose, and Pena recollects. It'll be a foul. And it's going to be against Fussell. Fussell picks up her third foul, likely the last we'll see of her in this first half, as Senya Campos checks into the game. Pena to inbound. It is picked away by Parker, but the shot blocked by Pena. It's now picked up by Langley on the far side. Langley beyond the arc, kicks it to Pena, and Pena slows things down for the Pels. Now driving inside, and she is fouled and will be shooting 1-1.
Charged to number 11, Holly Parker, her first personal, 7th M18 foul. Klamath Union is in the bonus.
Pena at the line so far is 2 for 4. The first of her 1-1 is no good. And the rebound picked up by Annie Campos. She's got to fight through a press from Klamath Union. Lofting it ahead to Modine, near side. Modine puts it on the deck, kicks it outside to Campos. Campos back to Modine. Modine holding it high above her head, puts it on the deck, driving baseline, up with the shot, won't go. And the rebound ripped away by Alex Slavin, and I believe a foul is going to go against Senya Campos on the rebound.
Senya Campos, her first.
And the Pelicans going to call timeout. We'll take one too. 30-16. Henley leads with 1:20 to go in the first half. You've got Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
30-16 in the second quarter, 1:20 to go in this first half, and Henley in front of Klamath Union on their home floor tonight, trying to secure at least a co-championship of the Skyline Conference. Again, Mazama playing Hidden Valley tonight at Valhalla Court. If Mazama falls in that game, it will be Henley who are outright league champs. Annie Campos collects the rebound after the missed free throw. Kicking it ahead to Senya Campos. Drives to the rim. No good. Rebound collected by Hall, but she loses a handle on it. It's a held ball. Possession Hornets. 1:10 to go now in the first half. Campos lofting it high to Modine. Modine spins around, guarded by Hall beyond the perimeter. Kicks it to Senya. Senya now driving right, backs up. And kicks it over to Modine. Modine bothered at the perimeter, trying to drive right. Bounces it over to Annie Campos. Annie Campos bothered in the corner. She's trapped, battling through, loses the handle, recollects. Kicks it over to Parker for a free throw line. Jay, it rims out. Parker collects her own rebound, goes back up with it, and it won't go. It'll be Hornets possession still with 41 seconds to go in the second. Here's Senya Campos to inbound. Getting it inside to Parker. Up off the glass, it won't go. Parker follows it up with her own rebound. The putback good. Parker with her first 2 points of her senior night puts her team up by 16. 32-16 to be exact. 27 seconds to go now in the second quarter. Here's Pena now near side. Tries to get one down low to Hall. Hall loses the handle, and it's picked away by Harper. Harper now racing 2-on-2 in transition. Left elbow jumper, no good. And Harper tries to get the rebound, but steps out of bounds. It'll be Pelicans basketball. It'll be Pena to inbound for KU. As she gets it to Slavin. 11 seconds to go now in the first half. Slavin bothered by Modine up the floor. 7 seconds to go now. Slavin coming along near side for two. Will not go. It'll be Hall with the rebound. It's blocked by Campos, and that will bring us to the end of the second quarter. With an exclamation point and a block from Annie Campos sends us to the locker rooms with a score of 32-16. We'll be back with halftime stats as well as a look ahead at the Henley boys who are taking the floor to take on the Pelicans in just a little while. All that and more coming up as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
We are back at Henley High School as we've reached halftime tonight as the Lady Pelicans taking on the Henley Hornets. Having a little bit of trouble with our graphics here. Well, we'll get that sorted for you in just a minute as at halftime tonight the score 32-16. Your leading scorers tonight, it's Annie Campos who leads all scorers with 13 points. Lily Fasell's got 9 tonight for Henley, followed by 4 points from Anna Harper, 3 from Kennedy Modine, 2 from Holly Parker, and 1 from Senya Campos. Meantime, for Klamath Union, it's Keely Hall leading her team with 8 points. 4 points tonight from Dianara Pena and 3 for Erin Garcia. Your leading scorers tonight is our halftime score, 32-16. We're going to try to get this live stream fixed up for you in just a minute, so bear with us tonight as we'll be back to take a look at the Skyline Conference next on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place. And then I heard your voice. I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Pleasure to be back with you after a brief interruption on mybasin.com. Still at halftime tonight of the Varsity Girls Contest, a game in which Henley leads 32-16. As I've mentioned a couple times during tonight's broadcast, if Henley holds on to win this game, they will secure at least a share of the Skyline Conference title. We are paying attention to what's going on over at Valhalla Court as the Vikings taking on the Mustangs tonight. Now, that's Mazama's last game of the season, so if they lose, that will secure an outright Henley Skyline Conference Championship if, of course, the Hornets win. Even if the Vikings win and finish their season 6-2, the Hornets would secure at least a share of that Skyline Conference title tonight if they, again, win tonight. Now, it gets a little bit hairy if you have to play down to that final game against Phoenix. But, again, with the way that the Skyline Conference standard operating procedures work, it's based not off of record against each other or overall record or anything like that. It's based off of highest state ranking. And that would be the Henley Hornets, again, if they secure a co-championship. The number 1 seed out of the conference and therefore an automatic playoff berth would go to Henley. Still a second half of basketball to play. The Hornets definitely not counting this one as a win yet, especially against a dangerous Pelicans team led in scoring tonight by Keeley Hall with 8 points. We'll be back with second half action next as we continue your coverage of Lady Hornets basketball tonight on mybasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Lady Pelicans back out on the floor as we get ready to start the third quarter. It'll be Maya Mock along with Holly Parker, Anna Harper, Annie Campos, and Lily Fassell in the starting lineup for Henley. Meantime, for Klamath Union, we're looking at Emma Langley, Keeley Hall, DNR Pena, Andy Harmon, and Alex Slavin. Score coming out of halftime, 32-16. Henley leads. Hoping to shore up a victory here after another 16 minutes of basketball. It'll be the Pels to start with the rock as we begin the third quarter. Inbound pass goes to Slavin. Slavin driving inside, gets fouled on the shot. And we'll head to the line for a pair to begin this third quarter. Slavin has yet to shoot a free throw this evening, and while she does, we'll remind you that tonight's broadcast brought to you by Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty. Little things can add up to big bills when you're buying, selling, or owning a home. That's why Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty's exclusive Beyond the Sale guarantees protect buyers, sellers, and home owners from unexpected repair bills. To learn more, call Coldwell Banker Holman Premier Realty today. First free throw was good from Slavin. The second one is going to miss its mark, but she collects her own rebound. Pass intended inside for Hall is collected by Pena. She gets it into Maya Mock as Mock racing up the floor for the Hornets. Pass to the front court for Parker. The shot up, no good. Fassell with the rebound. Her shot's denied by Langley. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets. Fassell to inbound, trying to get it down low to Campos. Up with the shot, slings it off the glass, no good. The putback attempt also off its mark. Fassell, the third time's the charm, and it is. Fassell, 11 points tonight, leading her team. And a whistle on the far side of the floor. As Maya Mock picks up a foul. Senya Campos into the game. Pass stolen away by Senya Campos. Up with a shot. The basket's good. And the foul for Senya Campos. Slavin picks up the foul. As here's Campos for her third free throw of the night. Already 1 for 2 on the evening. Here it is. It's good. 37-17. 7.5 to go in the third. And it is Garcia to bring it up the floor for the Lady Pels. Garcia taking the Hall screen. Trying to drive to her left. Kicking it outside to Langley. Langley putting it on the deck. Trying to go up with the shot. And a late whistle. Looks like it's going to send Langley to the line. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness. They've got the most understanding trainers you can ask for. They help you get motivated, and their workouts will make you feel accomplished all day long. Harbor Isles Tennis and Fitness wants you to lose those reins and get your gains. Second free throw on the way is good. So Langley, a 1 for 2 trip. Here's Annie moving up the floor. Senya Campos for 3. Makes it off the glass, no good. Campos with the rebound, puts it on the deck, back up and in. 15 points tonight for Annie Campos. It's DNR Pena moving up the floor on the far side. Pena tied up at the right elbow. Loses the dribble, but recollects. Makes it over to Garcia. Garcia trying to move left, terminates the dribble, passes it to Langley. Langley to Pena. Pena thought about a dribble, now driving the baseline. Doesn't recollect, and Pena steps out of bounds. 39-18, 6:40 to go in the third. Here's Campos taking a screen, going left. Thought about a triple, tried to get the pass down low to Senya, but it's stripped away by Pena. Pena head fakes a 3, kicks it over to Harmon, back outside to Garcia, who puts it on the deck now beyond the perimeter. Pena takes it now, going right. Takes the screen to her left, head fakes a 3, drives right down Main Street and gets fouled on her way to the rim. And that will net free throws for DNR Pena. Pena with only 4 points tonight, an uncharacteristically quiet first half, but getting free throws here in the third. The first one's good. Back down to a 20-point game, 39-19. Both free throws good from Pena, gives her 6 points in the night. Campos slings it ahead to Parker in the near side. Parker puts it on the deck, back outside to Annie. Annie, one step inside the perimeter, takes the shot, won't go. Rebound collected by Garcia. Garcia lofting it into Harmon, who banks it off the glass, it won't go. And the rebound collected by Campos. She slides to control the loose ball, and a held ball, possession Pelicans. Pardon me, possession Hornets. Modine into the game for Henley. There's Annie into the front court, makes a move going right. Shot from the right elbow's too short. Pena tries to save it from going out of bounds. She's last to touch it, and it'll be Pelicans basketball. My mistake, it must have been a Hornets player last to touch it. Pena racing up the floor for the Pelicans. Stops at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Hall. Hall now moving right. Driving down low, nice touch off the glass, and Hall, with 10 points in the night, makes the score 39-22. Here's Annie Campos, a blocking foul before the shot. Slavin into the game for KU. Fasell lofting the inbound pass into Campos. Zipping it down low to Harper, who throws it up off the glass. It won't go. Rebound collected by Hall. Hall hands it to Pena along the far side. Pena loses the dribble, recollects, loses it again. This time it's picked up by Modine. Kicks it ahead to Campos. Campos driving on the left lane, trying to drive to the rim and gets fouled. And we'll see if this was a shooter or not, as it looks like that's what the officials are talking about. All right, it's a non-shooting foul. Garcia picks up the foul. That is the third team foul for KU, 4 for Henley so far. The score still 39-22, 4:57 to go in the third. Fasell lofting it over to Harper for 3, good. Anna Harper with the triple makes the score 42-22. 7 points tonight for Harper. Ball goes down low to Hall. She uses the glass to finish. Here's Campos. Moving right, kicks it over to Modine. Modine driving down low, outside to Fasell for a long 2. That's good. Fasell tonight with 13 points gives her team a 20-point lead, 44-24. Here's Garcia. She tries to use the glass. That one won't go. Annie Campos pushing the pace now for the Hornets. Crosses the timeline on the near side, and she's going to carry. And a timeout's going to be called by the Hornets. We'll take one, too. Henley leads by 20, 44-24 with 4:03 to go in the third. You've got Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
(44-24), 4:03 to go in the third quarter. Back out onto the floor for Henley, it'll be Annie Campos, Kennedy Modine, Anna Harper, Senya Campos, and Lily Fasell. A guard-heavy lineup for Henley with Annie Campos to anchor down the middle, it looks like. It'll be the Pels to start with the basketball as Nice inbounds it into the backcourt to Slavin. And it'll be Slavin who finally crosses the timeline for KU. Hands it to Pena now near side. Pena lofting it down low to Slavin. It's picked away by Annie. Annie now trying to push the pace for Henley. Bouncing it ahead to Modine. She uses the glass to finish. A nice find by Annie Campos, and Modine finishes the bucket. Makes the score 46-24. 3:40 to go in the third, and Henley leads. Here's Slavin kicking it near side to Langley. Langley puts it on the deck, trying to find Pena down low. Pena backing down Modine, battles through a double team, and is fouled on the shot. Fasell picks up her 4th personal foul. One away from being done for the evening, but they're leaving her out there, at least for right now. Although Pena does get 2 free throws, so it could be Fasell checking out, and it is. It'll be Holly Parker in her stead. First free throw from Pena is good. She's sunk 3 in a row. Pena's second free throw finds the mark as well, 46-26. Pass comes to the near side for a Parker mid-range, no good. And Harmon recollects. Here's Slavin, kicking it ahead to Pena. Pena driving left, spins to her right, fadeaway jump shot, tries to use the glass, but it won't go. Senya Campos with the rebound. And a blocking foul. will be charged to Pena. It's her first foul. And it'll be Senya Campos to inbound to Annie Campos. And here's Annie trying to direct some traffic. Kicks it ahead to Senya Campos, who takes a triple. It won't go. Annie saves it from going out of bounds, and it's Nice who snags it. Maya Mock getting ready to check in for the Hornets. Out comes Senya Campos. Modine picks up her first foul. Langley lofting it high to Pena, but it's taken away by Mock. Mock now brings it back into the front court for Henley, zipping it far side to Annie. Annie steps into a triple, won't go, off the back iron. And the rebound is collected by Henley, but a travel on the deck. Will be a turnover and Pels basketball, as it looks like Garcia checking in for Nice. Pardon me, that was Hall in for Nice. Inbound pass goes to Pena. Pena behind the back dribble, trying to drive down low, spins around, makes a move to the rim, gets fouled, and the bucket's no good. So Pena has earned a trip to the line here. First free throw from Pena is no good. She's got 9 points tonight as Senya Campos checks in for Maya Mock. Second free throw from Pena on the way. That one is good. Score now 46-27, 2.5 to go in the third. And it's Annie Campos to take the inbound. She crosses the timeline, moving to her right, has it picked loose by Harmon. It'll remain Hornets basketball. Senya Campos lofting it high to Annie Campos, trying to drive that left block, spins to her right, throws up a shot, won't go. Holly Parker with the rebound, and she's fouled on the putback attempt. Slavin picks up her third foul, and Parker goes to the free throw line for the first time in her senior night. Tonight's broadcast brought to you by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Here's the free throw from Parker after the first one missed. The second one's no good either, and the rebound is collected by Garcia. Garcia moving the near side, driving the lane, up off the glass, and it's good. And a timeout is going to be called as Garcia comes up laboring on her right leg after making the bucket. And new into the game for Klamath Union will be Emma Langley. Score 46-29, 2:05 to go in the third. Here's Senya Campos. Zipping it down low, but it's stolen away by Slavin. Lofting it high to Pena. She's going inside. Can't get the open layup. In transition, Senya Campos is tripped up. And a foul is going to be called against Keely Hall. And Henley and I believe that'll be the 7th team foul for KU as the officials having a bit of discussion. Unsure what the conversation is along the near side, and I think, let's see. All right, the conference has concluded. Unsure what conclusion they came to. I think it was determined that that was the 6th team foul for KU, so no free throws yet. As Annie Campos has the ball stolen away by Pena, ball goes out of bounds. Possession, Henley. Inbound pass to Annie on the far side. Pardon me, that's Senya on the far side. Stops from 8. Throws it up off the rim, and a foul called. And that will mean free throws. 8th team foul for Henley in just this third quarter, as the officials have tightened up this ball game, meaning free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Keeley Hall at the line for 1-1. First free throw rims out, no good. Campos collects the rebound. Annie driving down low, gets the foul on the floor. Harmon picks up a foul, and that will send Campos to the line for 1-1 as Henley has entered the bonus. Free throw from Campos, no good. She gets her own rebound, puts it on the deck, tries for the putback. That won't go either. Pass goes to Langley as Klamath Union collects the rebound. Pass goes to Pena in the front court. Thought about a 3, then decides better. Slavin zipping it down low to Hall on the left block. Spins around to her left, now goes right. Up with the left hand, it's good. Hall with 13 points tonight. It's it to Campos. Campos, I believe it was Harper who was fouled on the deck. And she'll go to shoot 1-1. Pardon me, 14 points tonight for Keeley Hall. She's leading her team. Anna Harper at the line, 0 for 2. Free throws tonight, and KU's got time. We'll take 1-2. 46-31, under a minute to go in the third. You've got Lady Hornets basketball on mybasin.com.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Back inside the Hornets' nest as Henley leads 46-31 to Klamath Union. 57 seconds to go in the third frame, and both teams in the bonus. Leading all scorers right now is Annie Campos with 15 points. Keeley Hall's got 14. And then it's Lily Fassell with 13 points tonight, although with 4 personals, Lily has been on the bench for most of this second half. Anna Harper at the line shooting 1-1. Missed her last free throw and a chance at redemption here. First free throw's no good, but a whistle. And she'll get a second, as I believe it was a lane violation for the Pelicans. And so Harper with a second opportunity. That free throw no good either, and it's Annie Campos who comes away with the rebound, gets it down low to Parker, who has an easy look at the rim for 2. Holly Parker, 4 points tonight. Her team up by 17, 48-31. DNR Pena shoveling it down low to Hall, and she's tied up down low with Parker. Held ball, possession KU. Pena to inbound. Gets it quickly down low to Hall, who's fouled on the shot and gets the bucket. Anna Harper picks up her second foul, and Keely Hall had a chance at 3 the old-fashioned way. Made free throw, 17 points tonight for Keely Hall. That's half of her team's 34. As the score 48-34, Annie Campos trapped in the corner, kicks it ahead to Anna Harper. Harper ahead to Modine, and the ball goes out of bounds. Alex Slavin takes the inbound pass, 23 seconds to go in the third. Slavin spins around, and no over and back as Slavin moves into the front court, tries to get it down low to Pena. Pena lofting it down low to Hall, who has her shot rejected by Harper. Hall with the rebound and gets it bothered again. This time it's Pena on the putback attempt, and she finally collects the contact and will head to the line. That'll be a shooting foul. And so 2 free throws coming up for DNR Pena with 7 seconds to go in the third. Tonight's broadcast on MyBasin.com brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. First free throw found its mark from Pena. Here's the second. That one is no good. It's Anna Harper who gets the rebound, passes it ahead to Modine. 3 seconds now. Modine going to take a shot at the buzzer. No good. 48-35 as we head to the fourth quarter. The Pelicans trying to shore up a share of the Skyline Conference crown. We'll see if they can hold on when we come back on MyBasin.com.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and Little League teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars, there are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account to retirement planning and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
Fourth quarter action starts now with both teams in the bonus, and Henley leading 48-35 against the Klamath Union Pelicans. It's Lily Fussell to inbound. Pass goes back to Fussell on the far side. The shot is good from Lily Fussell. Makes it 50-35. Here's Pena now racing into the front court for KU. KU getting it down low to Hall. Up off the glass, won't go. Campos collects. Lofting it ahead to Holly Parker. Holly Parker driving the lane, pump fakes, kicks it outside to Fussell, back to Campos. Blocking foul against KU down low. Klamath Union last time out, it was Wednesday night when they stole one from Mazama, 54-53. Now the Lady Pelicans were down by 10 with just a couple of minutes left to go in that game and came storming back. So now at a 15-point differential, pending some free throws from Annie Campos. The first one's good. Don't count the Pelicans out yet, I guess was the point I was trying to make. They are a good ball club with a couple of great scorers. It's Campos, free throw, won't find its mark. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by Henley. It'll be KU's ball. But that win from KU ended up really helping the Hornets, as that was on Wednesday night. Allowed the Hornets to be in a position tonight where they're battling for a share of the Skyline crown. Again, they are up by 16. As Dianara Pena has it now on the perimeter. Trying to get it down low to Langley. Langley shovels it back outside to Garcia. Garcia coming around the perimeter, now moving right. Pelicans trying to find a look inside. Garcia throws it off the glass, and a nice floater from the mid-range as Garcia, with 5 points tonight, makes the lead 51-37 for Henley. Here's Senya Campos trying to drive the lane, down low, up off the glass, it's good. 53-37, 6:46 to go in the fourth. Pena with it, down low, up with the shot, it's no good. Ball goes out of bounds, last touched by the Pelicans. Pardon me, last touched by the Hornets. So it'll be Pelicans basketball.
Back on the floor for KLAMATH Union number 1, Alex Slavin. To number 4, Lily Cassell for 5th personal foul. Kenny Mobini is back on for the Hornets.
53-37, and Garcia at the line, missing the mark there.
Number 11, Aaron Garcia at the line for the Pelicans, shooting 2.
Garcia will get a chance at a second one here. Here's Garcia. That one's good. 53-38. 6.5 to go, and it's going to be Anna Harper bringing it up for Henley. Pass goes down low to Parker, who has an easy look at the rim. Parker, 6 points tonight. It's KLAMATH Union hustling into the front court. 55-38. Pena moving to her left, steps back, switches to her right, loses the dribble, recollects, trying to get it down low to Hall, but it's picked away by Campos. Campos driving the left lane, up with the shot, it rolls around the rim and falls. Now it's Alex Slavin getting into the front court. Slavin kicks it outside to Garcia. She fires a triple. Off the glass, no good. Garcia collects her long rebound. Puts it on the deck, moving right. Gets it down low to Hall. The shot is bothered by Harper, but it is a foul. And that will send Keely Hall to the free throw line. She'll be shooting 2.
Keely Hall is at the line for 2 shots. Checking in for the Pelicans, number 5, Langley.
Emma Langley into the game for KU as Pena comes out. The second free throw was good from Hall. Andy Harmon into the game for Keely Hall. Maya Mock into the game for Henley. Score 57-39. 5:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Here's Annie Campos. Far side. Annie up the floor, kicks it to Harper. Harper for 3, good! And they're gonna say it's a long 2. 2 is the call. Still a nice bucket. Score 59-39. It's Garcia lofting it near side to Slavin. Slavin to Garcia. Garcia moving left. Garcia for 3, rattles in. That's Garcia's second made triple of the night and 8 points for her as her team trails 59-42. Senya Campos is going to travel. And a turnover gets the Pelicans the ball back. Pena brings it into the front court, tries to step to the rim, up off the glass, it's good. Pena with 13 points tonight, and Campos is going to draw a foul against Harmon to send her the line for 2. Each team now squarely in the double bonus. 2 free throws the rest of the way for each squad.
Amy Harper is at the line for 2 shots.
Annie with 17 points tonight, make it 18 as she moved her team's lead now 60-44. Second free throw coming up for Annie. That free throw no good, and the rebound collected by Pena. She throws it ahead to Hall. Hall racing along the far side, trying to go to the rim. Up with the shot, it's good. Here's Modine along the near side, bouncing it over to Campos. Campos back to Modine. Modine trying to drive the lane, has it picked loose, and Hall with the takeaway. Hall moving ahead, kicks it to Pena. Pena dribbles back beyond the arc, trying to find Slavin. Great pass, great feed, leads to a foul, and Slavin to the line for 2. She is 1 for 2 from the free throw line so far tonight, and Slavin a chance to try and trim this lead down with 4:07 to go in the ball game. Free throw from Slavin is no good, but she does get a second chance here as Holly Parker checks into the game for Senya Campos. That second free throw is good. We've got a timeout by the Hornets. We'll take one too. It's 60-47. 4:07 to go in the ball game, and the Hornets lead the Pelicans on mybasin.com.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Fourth quarter basketball looms on as the Henley Lady Hornets lead the Klamath Union Lady Pelicans 60-47 with 4:07 to go in the ball game. If you're planning on tuning in to the boys varsity contest tonight, great news is you don't have to go anywhere. Stay right here on this link on mybasin.com. We're going to take a brief intermission before the boys game, and then we'll be back with pregame coverage after our postgame coverage if this one concludes. Right now, the Hornets trying to shore up at least co-champions of the Skyline Conference. They could do that with a win tonight. Right now, they lead by 13, and they start with the basketball. Inbound pass goes to Mock. It's ahead to Modine as Modine races up the floor for the Hornets. Modine trying to bounce it down low, but the pass picked away by Langley. Langley kicks it ahead to Pena. Pena stops at the arc, fires a triple. It won't go. The rebound is collected by Annie Campos. Campos trapped at the baseline, hassled, and a held ball. Possession is, are they going to call a foul? Oh boy, this is where it starts to get questionable. Games like this, it's going to be overruled by the near official. That's the correct call. Possession, Klamath Union. Big calls in big games like this, and I think they got that one right. Pena to inbound. She's going to loft it into Langley. Langley puts it on the deck, kicks it outside to Slavin, now back to Pena on the far side. Pena brings it around top of the key, guarded by Campos at about half court. Lofts it over to Slavin. Slavin trying to get it down low to Hall, who puts it up off the glass, and it's good. Hall with 2 more points. Trims the lead a little bit, and Campos is hassled coming up the floor. Campos finally gets around the double team, lofts it ahead to Harper. Harper zipping it down low to Mock, and a turnover. 11-point ball game, 3:22, and this is maybe an even better situation than Klamath Union was in on Wednesday night against Mazama. Again, we mentioned it at the top of the fourth quarter. Even though it was a 16-point difference, game far from over. Here's Pena into the front court. Pena dribbles into a triple, won't go. And the rebound is collected by Senya Campos. Campos, bothered by Pena on her way up the floor, kicks it to Annie, and Annie crosses the timeline. Now it's to Senya Campos near side. Back to Annie. The Pelicans playing a little zone, trying to force a turnover. Here's Senya Campos on the near side. Campos loses the dribble and gets fouled on the dribble and will head to the line for 2. Senya Campos is 2 for 3 at the line tonight. Has 2 opportunities here. The first is good. The second, well, that's also good. 62-49, 13-point difference. It's Slavin who hands it to Hall, who moves right. Hall kicking it over to Langley for Tree, won't go. And now it's Annie Campos bringing it up into the front court, is fouled in transition, and that will send Annie Campos to the line. Here's Campos at the line for 2. It's good. The first one is. 19 points tonight for Annie Campos as Maya Mock checks in for Kennedy Modine. Also worth noting that Lily Fassell is still on the bench, still with 4 personals. We'll see if she gets some play time down the stretch. Second free throw from Campos finds its mark. Pena on the far side, trying to dribble left, spins right at that right elbow, kicks it outside to Langley. Langley head fakes a 3, kicks it to Pena. Pena along the far side, driving baseline, steps to the rim, up with the shot, it's good. Senya Campos trying to bring it up the floor for the Hornets. Finds some room, gives it to Anna Harper, down low to Mock for 2. Won't go. The rebound collected by Pena. Pena now into the front court for KU. Stops at the free throw line, kicks it outside to Garcia. Garcia coming along near side, trying to drive baseline, bounces it down low to Hall. Ball goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets. Now the Pelicans going to have to start forcing the issue even more than they already are as the inbound pass goes to Harper. Back to Senya now. Annie gets it. Bouncing it ahead to Senya as she brings it into the front court. Back to Annie. Annie moving right. Takes her sister's screen, now moving left. Hands it to Senya Campos. She splits the defense, drives down low, but loses a handle. The pass picked up by Garcia. Garcia gets it to Pena. Pena swings around, takes some contact, has the ball picked loose, but a foul. It'll be DNR Pena at the line for a pair. And it looks like, just as we had thought, oh no, pardon me. I believe this will be a Hornet getting ready to check into the game here. It is Kennedy Modine. The first free throw was good from Pena. One more on the way for the junior from Klamath Union. Here's the shot. That one rims out, no good. It's Anna Harper who gets the rebound. She kicks it ahead to Campos. Campos along the near side, has some trouble with it. Loses the handle, and it's picked away by Garcia. Open look at the rim is good. Now down to a 10-point game, 64-54. The Pelicans trying to earn another steal, and it's knocked out of bounds. No, the Pelicans keep it alive. Garcia has it now as she brings it across the timeline. Garcia is going to hand it to Pena. Pena bringing it along the far side. Crosses to her left, steps into a long two that's good. Campos throws it ahead to Harper. Harper up with the shot. She can't answer. Mock with the rebound, kicks it outside to Modine. And they are trying to slow the Hornets offense down. Pass comes over to Parker. Now to Campos. 34 seconds to go. Campos splitting the defense, driving down low and is fouled. Campos heading to the line. First free throw on its way from Campos. It's good. Second one on the way from Annie. Stares down the rim, the shot. It is no good. Annie with her own rebound. Dribbles it back out. Bounces it over to Kennedy Modine. Holly Parker, the intended receiver, as it was knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Hornets basketball. 22 seconds left on the clock and a 9-point game. It'll be Modine to inbound. Going to get it to Harper. Harper back to Modine. Modine getting it to Campos, top of the key. Now over to Parker. Parker trying to find Mock on the far side, back to Parker. Parker puts it on the deck, dribbling inside, has it ripped away. Now it's Hall in transition. Hall driving to the rim and a foul. It is a charge against the Pelicans. That was Anna Harper standing in there to take the harm. And the Pelicans going to wave the white flag as though it seems the Hornets are going to come away with tonight at least being co-Skyline Conference champions as the final buzzer sounds. That is the ball game. 65-56 the final. We'll be back with post-game coverage after this on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth.
Leading scorers for tonight's win for the Henley Hornets in 65-56 fashion. It was Annie Campos with 21 points tonight, 15 for Lily Fassell. You also had 9 tonight from Anna Harper, 6 from Holly Parker, Senya Campos, and Kennedy Modine. Meantime, for the Lady Pelicans, it was Keely Hall who led them in scoring 21 points tonight for the junior, 18 for DNR Pena, 8 for Aaron Garcia, and 1 for each of Emma Langley and Alex Slavin. Henley Hornets securing at least a share of the Skyline Conference title with this win tonight. It was a good one, 65-56. We're going to take a brief break here on the broadcast. When we come back, we'll be ready for pregame coverage of the Henley Hornets taking on the Klamath Union Pelicans, the Skyline Conference on the line as the boys get ready to square off in just a minute. Stick with us. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes on mybasin.com. And a very pleasant good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to another edition of Henley Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com. Tonight, the Skyline Conference on the line inside the Hornets' nest. So glad that you're with us on a fine Friday evening in the South Klamath Basin. My name is Josh Eldridge. Soon I'll be joined by Kevin Petrick for tonight's headline game between the rival Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets. Henley, with a chance tonight and a win, will earn them the outright Skyline Conference Championship for the second year in a row. That would separate them from these Klamath Union Pelicans, who are still hoping against hope to be named Skyline Conference champions. They'll keep those hopes alive with a win for themselves tonight. We'll take a full look at the Skyline Conference standings as we continue your coverage of Henley Hornets basketball this evening on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com. Give it here.
Threads. There are many threads that run through our region. There are churches and schools and little league teams that bring us together and bind us into communities. There are roads and cars. There are houses and jobs and businesses, all woven together to make the fabric of our communities. There are financial threads that are part of that tapestry as well. For over 80 years, it's been our pleasure to be headquartered here, providing financial services to generations of our friends and neighbors. From that first savings account, to retirement planning, and all of the cars and houses and groceries in between, we keep your money local, investing it back into our communities, adding more threads to the fabric to make our communities stronger. Pacific Crest Federal Credit Union. Find your path.
We're back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com. The Klamath Union Pelicans inside the Hornets next, getting ready to take on the Henley Hornets. As we take just a quick look now at the Skyline Conference standings, again, with a win tonight, Henley would clinch the crown as they are 6-0 right now, 13-6 overall on the season. Meantime, the Pelicans, they are in second right now, 4-2. They are 7-10 on the season, but with a win tonight, they could keep hopes alive of winning the Skyline Conference, at least co-champions at that point. Again, after Klamath Union, it'll be the Hidden Valley Mustangs, 2-4. The Phoenix Pirates are 2-5, followed then by the Mazama Vikings, who are also 2-5 in the Skyline Conference. This is the time when you start to look forward and understand how the playoffs work in the OSAA. 8 teams, including the conference winners from the Kawapa League, the Tri-Valley Conference, the Oregon West Conference, the Sky-M League, the Skyline Conference, and the Greater Oregon Leagues, along with the next 2 highest-ranked teams, will crack the automatic 8 teams who qualify for the OSAA State Championship. Past that, it's a handful of play-in teams, which Klamath Union would be in control of one of those spots already as a play-in team heading into the playoffs. But again, right now, they are hoping to hold on to the co-champion title. They could do that with a win tonight at Henley. Again, meantime, the Hornets, if they win, they'll be crowned league champions right here on their home floor. We're going to take one more break on the pregame show. When we do, we'll welcome in Kevin Petrick joining us tonight on the broadcast, as well as grab starting lineups and tip-off on 104.3 and 960 Sports. HD video tonight on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, No, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week, and soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes, and then going Saturdays, I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband, and all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happen week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Andy is a sharp-dressed man. This season, when it is over, Andy says he will miss the bus trips, the hotel rooms, the locker room meetings.
We are back inside the Hornets' nest on the campus of Henley High School, just south of downtown Klamath Falls, for tonight's rivalry matchup between the Klamath Union Pelicans and the Henley Hornets. But before we get started with the action tonight, it is senior night this evening here inside the Hornets' nest, and we are honoring the seniors for both teams this evening. Henley players taking center stage, but we will mention the handful of seniors playing for Klamath Union tonight. That'd be Tony Ortiz, Javin Zumwalt, Terrence Anderson, Alexis Perdoma, Dashel Gerard, Wace Saluskin, and Hayden Smith, the seniors tonight for Klamath Union. And we'll also be checking out some of the guys from Henley as they take center stage tonight, Kev. And a lot of these guys, you look at guys like Owen Sheen, Blaine Boersma, and Shaw Stork, the handful of seniors they have, all three in the starting lineup tonight. But pretty much every other night in the regular season, too. They've met a lot of this program in the last handful of seasons.
Yeah, the seniors that are playing for Henley, as you mentioned, all three, they're very important to the program, very important on a nightly basis when they play. So, yeah, they all start and they all contribute.
We got the Klamath Union Pelicans tonight, and I was kind of talking about before you got up here the fact that if Henley comes out on top tonight, they will be outright Skyline Conference champions for the second year in a row. Klamath Union was the champs in 2021, and so it's a couple of the top teams in the league to do it, almost acting like a league championship game tonight in a way. It should be high action and high octane. Right, yeah, you have a lot of talent on both sides. Henley's got a freight train here. They've won 9 of 10. They're really rolling through league. KU's got a nice win. They picked up their last game against Mazama. Close one, won by a bucket. So two teams with the same trajectory, and we'll see who can come out on top. Last time these two teams played, it was a 41-38 win for Henley over at Pell Court. That's certainly a tough place to play, and Henley was able to come out on top. But again, that was one of those games that was back and forth, a lot of lead changes, but it was Henley who was able to show some grit and come out on top in that last one. Yeah, they scored. They won the game scoring 41, and it seems when the Klamath teams play each other, it's a little more intense, a little more physical. They score a little bit less. I know Henley likes to get around 55 to 60 points a game, and they usually do. But when you play the rivals, things go a little differently, so it might be a little bit lower scoring tonight. Yeah, that 41 points for Henley was their lowest scored in a league game so far this season, and that came last time these two teams squared off. And the same could be said for Klamath Union. Their 38 points was the lowest they'd scored aside from Phoenix so far this season. So, yeah, you make a good point about those low-scoring affairs between some of these two teams. As, again, Shaw Stork being brought out to half court tonight for senior night here at Henley High School. I've got to say, Henley tonight breaking out their yellow uniforms. They seem to only do it for these special occasions, but the gold, all these guys looking good and stylish for a rivalry game. And the student section's dressed in neon. The stage is certainly set this evening. Yeah, we've got a full house again, just as we did last week when Mazama was here. So KU also brought the fans, and when things get underway, it will definitely be loud in here. Talked a little bit about the Skyline Conference standings. We'll circle back to that just real briefly. Only one other game happening in the conference tonight as Mazama wraps up their season at home against Hidden Valley. And we'll try to keep tabs on those games as we kind of continue throughout the broadcast this evening. And we will also remind you that tonight's broadcast on mybasin.com, also 104.3 and 960 Sports, is brought to you by Les Schwab Tires. Having the right set of tires and wheels on your vehicle is just part of an essential safety checklist. That's why Les Schwab does more than install just tires and wheels. You can come on in for a free pre-trip safety check. They're going to help make sure that everything is in working order at Les Schwab Tires. Pelicans head back out onto the floor after an extended period in the locker rooms. Then, of course, we'll meet our starting lineups tonight in just a minute.
This game means different things for both teams. Henley trying to secure a really high ranking in the state, get a nice first-round bye possibly, and have a more favorable opponent. KU's on the bubble, and they definitely could be in the playoffs. I think their idea is just to get in, and once you're in, you never know what will happen, get some momentum. But they could definitely use a win tonight and Tuesday against Hidden. Yeah.
Well, right now with them ranked 23rd in the state, Klamath Union that is, they don't qualify, at least at this moment, for one of those automatic qualifiers into the 16-team playoff as a second-place team. They would, however, qualify for a play-in game.
Right.
Likely one that they would host, being as the second-ranked team in the Skyline Conference. And at this point, no one can really take that away from them. So It's looking like Klamath Union has secured some kind of postseason. It's just a matter of figuring out what that's going to look like.
At this point in the season, you're more worried about how well you're playing, not so much which ranking you are. You just want to get in, and once you get in, then you just take care of business. Yeah.
Time to meet the starting lineups tonight for Klamath Union. We'll start with the senior guard, number 0, Tony Ortiz, along with a junior, number 5, Tony Matheny. Jacob Kajir, the sophomore, the big man down low in for KU, as well as Javin Zumwalt and Daquan McKay. The starting lineups tonight for Klamath Union, coached by Mr. Ed Case, Liston Case, Evan Gallagher, and Randy Barley. If you're watching on the video stream tonight on mybasin.com, the lights are out, the student section in full neon, and we are ready to meet the starting 5 for the Henley Hornets. Starting at the wing position, number 10, a senior, it's Owen Sheen. At the guard position, number 12, a senior, it's Blaine Boersma. At the other forward position, it's number 14, a senior, Shaw Stork. At the other guard position, it's number 24, a junior, Luke Bennett. And the big man down low, junior, number 44, Marcus McCready. The Hornets are coached by Luke Hammond and assisted by Thomas Loney.
That was a nice introduction for the Hornets.
It.
I like those little, what do you call those? The little glow sticks they're waving over there?
Yeah, something like that. But they're not just one color, so kind of distracting.
Yeah, they didn't have that when I was in high school. They had like candles.
Had they invented them yet? I don't know. Waving lanterns.
It's been a long time.
Yeah. All right. Kajir down low against Marcus McCready to get things started tonight. And the opening tip controlled by the Pelicans. They're going from left to right across your radio dial as it's Javin Zumwalt across the timeline for KU. Kajir has it now, kicks it over to Matheny. Matheny trying to move left, driving left baseline, guarded by Sheen, but he steps out of bounds. Last time these two teams played, it was Matheny who led Klamath Union in scoring with 17 points. Was able to hit nicely from the mid-range. It was Marcus McCready who led things for the Hornets with 15 last time these two teams squared off. It's Stork with it now, top of the key for Henley as he moves left. Underhand toss to Owen Sheen up against Ortiz. Sheen bringing it around, kicking it to Stork. Stork trying to drive down Main Street. A nice pass into McCready who finishes off the glass. Hornets strike first, up 2-0 with 7:20 to go in the first quarter. It's Kajir with it now, top of the key, kicks it to Ortiz. Ortiz stops beyond the perimeter, kicks it to Zumwalt, back to Ortiz. Ortiz trying to drive down Main Street, bounce pass into Kajir, reverse layup won't go, and Stork clears the glass. Into the front court goes Shaw. Stops at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Boersma. Boersma guarded by McKay, kicks it to Sheen. Sheen now outside to Stork, driving left baseline to McCready, back outside to Sheen for a mid-range shot. Back iron, no good. Stork collects the rebound. Pass inside to Marcus, who has an open look at the rim for two.
Shaw has a nice little chemistry there with the big guy. Really good interior passing for the easy basket.
Hornets up 4-0, 6.5 to go in the opening frame. Here's McKay with the fadeaway shot. That one won't go. Sheen with the rebound, tosses it ahead to Bennett. In transition, Bennett brings it near side, kicks it to Boersma. Boersma guarded by McKay. Now back to Sheen. Stork far side, gets it inside to Boersma, who can't finish the oop. It's McKay who gets the rebound. Klamath Union pushing the pace on the near side. McKay driving baseline, up with the shot and gets fouled. He will go to the line for two.
That's pretty good defense by Bennett there. Just got a little behind his opponent. Ended up making the foul. We'll have 2 shots at the line. Henley still playing that tough man-to-man. They'll come out every game and starting that defense.
McKay's first free throw took a couple of bounces along the rim, but found its way home. So we'll get a second one here. That one rattles out, and Sheen skies for the rebound. Pushing the pace are the Hornets. Kicking it outside to Bennett. Head fakes a three. Drives down low. Kicks it outside to Stork. Spins around to his right with the floater. Stork with an acrobatic shot and finish.
Stork aggressive to the basket. Either passing or finishing with the basket. Well done.
It's McKay with it now near side. Kicks it to Zumwalt, top of the key. Zumwalt puts it on the deck, zips it over to Matheny. Now to Ortiz on the far side. Ortiz puts it on the deck, top of the key. Dishes it over to McKay. McKay, step back, terminates the dribble. Bothered by Bennett on the near side. Gets it down to Kygier. Kygier bouncing it back to McKay for the layup. It's good.
Oh, that was a pretty pass. Little bounce pass inside.
The Hornets in transition. Sheen now on the far side. Gets it down to Marcus, who finishes cleanly with the assist from the backboard.
McCready getting a lot of scoring opportunities here early.
Timeout called by Klamath Union. We'll take one too. The score is 8-3. Henley leads, 5:13 to go in the first. You've got Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sport with HD video on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
We're back on 104.3, 960 Sports. The Hornets lead the Pelicans 8-3, 5:13 to go in the opening quarter. It's Zumwalt for the Pelicans, bringing it up the floor, guarded by Boersma. Zumwalt terminates the dribble, kicks it over to Ortiz, top of the key, now back to Zumwalt on the near side wing. Zumwalt still bothered by Boersma, has it stripped away by Blaine. The ball goes out of bounds. Possession to the Hornets. He's got active hands beyond the perimeter. Nothing gets past Blaine too easily.
Yes, very good defender.
Stork collects the inbound pass. Driving down Main Street, tries to find McCready on the pass. Ball goes out of bounds. Pelicans ball. And it'll be Ortiz to inbound on the far side of the floor.
Henley really looking to go to the basket off that first pass.
Zumwalt coming near side. Trying to get to the baseline, turns back around, terminates the dribble, and trying to find a way to get rid of it. Finds Kygier on the right block. Back outside to McKay. McKay takes a screen going left, tries to get it down to Kygier, but McCready swaps it free. It's McKay who collects the loose ball. Kicks it to Zumwalt, now to Ortiz on the far side. Ortiz back to Zumwalt, now top of the key. It's McKay near side. McKay puts it on the deck, trying to find Ortiz down low, but it's Bennett who gets his hand in the way of the passing lane, swaps it out of bounds, and it'll be Pelicans basketball. 4:20 to go in the first, and they trail by 5.
KU almost playing 5 out. They have 4 out around the three-point line, and then a big man has even come all the way out to the free throw line. Not a lot going on underneath the basket offensively for KU early.
Cowbell City just got told to turn off the cowbell. No noise.
They changed the name.
We'll brainstorm that. Here's Kygier on the right elbow. Handing it to Ortiz. Loses the dribble, but recollects. Now it's McKay. Zipping it over to Zumwalt. It's Matheny with it on the far side. Steps out of bounds on the drive. That's the second time he's done that along the same baseline.
Yeah, nice work over there by Owen Sheen. Keeping his defender in front of him and then forcing him out of bounds. Henley ball.
Perdomo into the game for the Pels. So he checks in for the Matheny. Now it's Hornets basketball. McCready beyond the arc, kicks it to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett trying to dribble right with it. He's going to hand it off to Sheen. Now to McCready, top of the key, guarded by Kygier. McCready, bothered by Kygier, has it picked loose. Bennett collects in the back court. Brings it back up. Bennett terminates the dribble, back out to Boersma. Head fakes a three. Boersma puts it on the deck, trying to drive the lane down low. Fadeaway layup won't go. Stork with the rebound. He tries to put it back up and gets fouled on the putback.
Good second chance opportunity generated by Shaw Stork right there.
3:27 to go in the first, and Shaw Stork at the line. Misses the first free throw, so the score remains 8-3 in favor of the Hornets. Shaw's second free throw misses the mark, and it's KU at the rebound. Ortiz trying to put on some pressure. Takes it near side to Perdomo. Perdomo back to Ortiz. Now it's to McKay, top of the key. Hands it to Ortiz, now to Zumwalt, top of the key. Hands it to Perdomo. No, it's a fake handoff. Zumwalt keeps it, kicks it out to McKay, who's trying to drive the lane, and a foul on the drive. It's going to go against Shaw. That'll be the second Henley team foul.
KU's strategy is a good one. They are spreading the court, forcing a series of one-on-ones, and just trying to play one-on-one, get past your defender, and get an open shot.
Aiden Hayes is checked into the game for Henley as it's Perdomo now top of the key for the Pels. Here's McKay now on the left wing. Hands it to Perdomo, going left. Now to Ortiz, coming to the near side. Ortiz against Boersma, steps back and finds Zumwalt. Zumwalt trying to wave off the screen, open up the floor, drives down low, goes up with the shot, it won't go, and a late whistle along the near side will earn Zumwalt some free throws.
It's a couple times in a row where the drive has resulted in a foul. The Pelicans will take that. You can either get a hoop or a foul. I think mission accomplished on that possession.
Zumwalt, a good shooter. See how he converts at the line. First is good. Trims the lead in half. It's 8-4. Second free throw on the way from Zumwalt. That one will roll off the rim, and McCready secures the rebound. Boersma kicks it ahead to Hayes, who bounces it back outside to Sheen for three. Front iron no good. Stork battles for the board, goes back up with it and gets fouled. So Stork with the basket and a free throw looming.
Another second chance point for Shaw Stork. He's very good around the rim tonight. And Henley gets a little lead here. They lead by 6.
Stork's free throw is good. And so 7-point lead now, 11-4, 2.5 to go in the first. Zumwalt against Hayes. Bouncing it to Kygier, now to Ortiz. Coming along the near side, gets it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt fakes right, goes left, kicks it back to Ortiz. Now it's Perdomo on the far side. Perdomo back to Ortiz, now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt fakes right, steps left again, now inside the perimeter. Bounces it down low to McKay. McKay hassled inside, the pass intercepted by Sheen. Sheen bringing it up the floor now, trying to drive the right baseline, kicks it outside to Boersma. The shot is no good, but a foul, so Blaine heads to the line.
Henley really showing their ability to make a good entry pass. They were focusing on McCready early in the game. Now the guards are getting a couple looks.
First free throw from Boersma rolls around, and you were kind of talking about the strategy for KU versus Henley. It seems like Henley is just having such an easier time getting to the rim, whereas Klamath Union, they're trying to go as those one-on-ones, having just a bit of a harder time.
Right.
Both free throws good from Boersma, makes it 13-4 with 2:02 to go in the first. Here's Perdomo driving to the rim and gets the layup. A nice hop, skip, and a jump there for the bucket, makes it 13-6. It's Hayes with it now on the far side, kicks it to Sheen, top of the key. Sheen bouncing it to Boersma on the near side. Boersma zips it to Stork, top of the key. Stork moving left with it, spins to his right, guarded by Pordoma. Tries to get it inside to Hayes. Loose ball is collected by Boersma. Boersma driving down low to the rim, can't get it to go. Sheen follows it up with a rebound. That shot no good. Batted outside to Stork. Kicks it outside to Chavez for three. Won't go. And this time McKay gets the rebound. McKay ahead to Ortiz. The shot no good. Kaijer with the putback. That won't go. Another rebound collected by Kaijer. Trying to go up with it. And brings it outside to the perimeter. Inside to Ortiz. Backing down Boersma on the block. That won't go. Boersma with the takeaway. Kicks it ahead to Hayes. Now to Stork into the front court. Kicks it to Sheen. Sheen going to the rim. He can't get the open layup. Stork with the rebound. Passing it to Hayes. Hayes puts it on the deck. Shot from 9. That one finally goes. And Coach Hammond trying to call time. He gets it done. 15-6 on one hectic change of events. 45 seconds to go in the first. We'll be back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on my.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
And we are back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com. The score 15-6. 45 seconds to go on the first, and Henley leads Klamath Union. It'll be the Pels who start with the basketball, and Zumwalt collecting the inbound pass. He's guarded by Hayes all the way up the floor. Finally, Zumwalt crosses the half-court stripe, trying to drive the left block. Steps back, still guarded by Hayes. Underhand pass goes to Matheny, and Matheny again steps out of bounds on the baseline. Third possession for him, in which that exact same spot bites him like a snake.
Henley's definitely ready for that. Well done by the Hornets.
Stork kicks it to Hayes. As Chris Janney has checked into the game, takes possession of the ball, now gets it to Stork. Stork to Sheen on the far side. 15 seconds to go in the first. Henley up by 9. Now 12 seconds as Sheen starts to direct a little bit of traffic well beyond the arc. Moving right with it. Sheen in that far corner, kicks it to Hayes. 5 seconds to go. Zips it to Janney. Near side three. Won't go. And it's Kaijer with the rebound with 1 second to go. That will be the end of the first quarter. And I think we lost the game ball in the process in the ceiling. We'll see what we can do when we come back for second quarter action next on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com.
Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home.
We're preparing for second quarter action tonight from inside the Hornets' nest as the Henley Hornets lead the Klamath Union Pelicans 15-6 after one quarter. It was a hectic, physical first quarter. Not too many mistakes from either team, and Henley finds themselves up by 9.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes of that quarter were just chaotic.
Yeah.
I mean, just crazy back and forth. But what wins games for you in that situation is just hustle. I mean, you got to hustle and rebound. Henley did a little bit better coming up with the basketball and turned it into a couple of baskets, and they have a 9-point lead.
Boersma takes the inbound for the Hornets as they are going from right to left. Boersma kicks it to Hayes. Hayes beyond the arc, kicks it to Sheen on the far side. Down low to Janney on the right block. Feeds it to Chavez, who kicks it back outside to Sheen. Back to Chavez in the far corner. He takes a three. That's good. Chavez sinks the first triple of the night for either team. Gives his squad an 18-6 lead. Now it's Zumwalt moving into the front court for KU. Passes it back out to Perdoma. Perdoma Brings it back outside the left wing, kicks it to Zumwalt, top of the key, now back to Perdomo. Perdomo trying to cross against Janney, spins to his right, now to his left, feels the double team, passes it back outside to McKay. McKay driving baseline, up with the shot, won't go. Rebound batted outside to Hayes, and the Hornets collect. It'll be Boersma across the timeline for Henley. Boersma dishes it to Hayes on the right side wing. Hayes down low to Sheen. Back outside to Hayes, but the pass intercepted by Zumwalt. And it's going to be McKay who brings it up. Passes it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt trying to drive left, pushes off Hayes for the shot, won't go. And it's Chavez who collects the rebound. Boersma now heading it up to Hayes on the far side of the floor. Hayes kicks it back to Boersma, zipping it down low to Janney at the free throw line, gets it to Chavez for a long two. That one won't go. The rebound snagged by Matheny. Matheny now in the Pels, into the front court. Crosses to his right, steps back for two, will not go. And the rebound is hit out of bounds, or it might be a foul.
KU trying to get Matheny going. He's definitely their best scorer, at least the last time they played, and he hasn't quite got on track yet.
Yeah, 17 points last time these two squads met. That was back on January 31st.
He's a good player, very good scorer.
Zumwalt takes the inbound pass, but the next pass is intercepted by Bennett. It's Boersma going into the front court, and the foul is collected by Boersma plus the bucket. And Boersma trying to get three the old-fashioned ways. His team now up 20-6.
That was good concentration from Blaine. He took a pretty good shot, but kept his focus on the backboard. Has a chance for three.
Boersma's free throw no good. Sheen going to kick it to Bennett. Now to Janney on the far side. Gets it to Boersma. Boersma guarded by McKay. Zips it down low to Sheen. Sheen takes it out beyond the arc to Bennett now near side. Has an open look at three. Will not go. The rebound is batted, collected by Janney. Shovel pass outside to Sheen, who tries to drive down low. He finds Boersma now on the near side. Boersma out to Janney, top of the key. Trying to loft it down low to Bennett. Turnaround right elbow jumper. Back iron no good. And the rebound snagged by Zumwalt. 14-point lead for the Hornets. 20-6. 5:41 to go in the second quarter. Zumwalt trying to take it right against Boersma. Getting it down low to Kaigier. Kaigier trying to get it to McKay, but it's taken away by Janney. Quick hands by the Henley defense as Janney shoves it ahead to Bennett. Now back to Janney. Over to Boersma on the far side. Gets it to Sheen in the far corner for three. Won't go. And the rebound collected by Kaigier, and I believe this is going to be a foul against Bennett on the rebound. It'll be KU ball.
Good position inside from Tony Matheny that time, and he drew the foul. Fourth team foul for the Hornets.
Terrence Anderson into the game for the Pelicans as out comes Matheny. Perdomo kicking it far side to McKay. McKay fakes right, goes left, hands it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt getting it over to Anderson. Now to Matheny on the far side. Matheny bringing it around. Trying to drive down low against Janney. Up with the shot, won't go. Rebound collected by Perdomo beyond the arc. Perdomo zipping it over to Zumwalt, guarded by Boersma, well beyond the arc. Trying to drive left. Head fakes, bounce down low to McKay. Up with the shot, that's no good. But I believe a whistle down low.
That was a nice pass that time inside from the Pelicans. Henley's doing a pretty good job of helping on defense. If someone gets beat, another defender will come in and stop the ball. But sometimes when that happens, that leaves an open player underneath, and that's what happened that time.
McKay's first free throw misses its mark and makes him 1 for 3 tonight. And he does have 3 points. Second free throw is good. Trims the lead now down to 13 as Boersma brings it up for Henley. Kicks it back outside to Stork, who's into the game along with Marcus. Pass goes down low to Marcus on the right block. And a foul as Kaigier a little handsy with Marcus there, and a foul on the floor.
Yeah, when McCready gets positioned down there, he's very tough to defend. You almost have to foul him to keep him from scoring.
McCready definitely won the position battle in the first quarter, scoring 6 points and a lot of open looks at the rim.
Right.
See if the Pelicans try to switch up anything on him as Kaigier comes off the floor and Ortiz in his stead. Hornets lofted up high to Sheen, who bounces it over to Boersma beyond the arc. Boersma guarded by Perdomo. He's going to bring it left. Stop at the perimeter, kicks it to Sheen. Sheen down low to Stork. Stork puts it on the deck, tries to get it back outside to Boersma, but puts a little too much heat on that one. Out of bounds, turnover, Pelicans basketball.
Good defense by KU that time, forcing a lot of passes. They're going to need some stops on defense and then get some conversions on the other end to get back in this game.
Inbound pass to Ortiz. Gets it near side to Anderson. Back to Ortiz. Now to Perdomo beyond the arc. Back to Anderson. Anderson going right with it. Kicks it to McKay. McKay going left. Now crosses to his right. Trying to split the defense. Loses the handle. Moving to the rim. Recollects. Passes it back outside to Zumwalt. 4-3. Front iron. No good. Stork with the rebound.
Shaw has a few rebounds here in the first half.
Now it's Boersma with it on the far side. Hands it off to Hayes. Brings it around top of the key. Kicks it to Boersma near side. Back to Hayes. Now to Sheen on the far wing. Sheen back to Boersma. Trying to loft it to Sheen for the alley-oop, and Sheen doesn't quite slam it home, but finishes with the layup, 22-7.
That was impressive. Perfect pass.
That's good for Sheen's first points of the night. Here's Anderson. Getting it over to Perdomo. Perdomo fakes left, goes right, spins around to his right, dishes it back outside to Zumwalt, bouncing it to Ortiz, top of the key. Ortiz takes a look at the rim against Marcus, steps back, now Anderson for a long triple. That won't go, and Boersma skies for the rebound. Hornets lead now stands at 15. It's 22-7 with 3 minutes to go in the second. Sheen lofting it over to Boersma on the far side, zipping it down low to Stork. Up with the shot, the foul. The shot doesn't go, but Stork will go to the line for a pair.
Henley is just getting the ball inside too close to the basket. It is causing all sorts of problems for Klamath Union.
Just that inside positioning that quick perimeter passing affords Henley just to get one step inside the paint,
right.
And then it's tough to recover after that.
Yeah, Henley's very good at passing the ball, and they don't hold it for long unless they do it, purposely for the end of a quarter or a half or for some strategic reason. They get rid of that ball quickly.
Neither of Stork's free throws were good, but he collects his own rebound, tries for the putback, it won't go, and it was McKay who leaps for the rebound. McKay terminates the dribble, kicks it to Ortiz on the far side. Ortiz puts it on the deck and finds Zumwalt now top of the key, guarded by Boersma. Zumwalt trying to drive left, steps back now at the left elbow. Spin around jumper from the left elbow is good. And Zumwalt with a couple of points there. He's got 3 on the night. Boersma with it now on the far side, finds Sheen in the far corner. Now Marcus on that right block. Underhand pass to Stork. Now back to Marcus, and Stork was tied up for a held ball. Possession Pelicans after the held ball.
There's Marcus and Stork passing between each other once again. You'll see that a lot.
22-9. Henley leads Klamath Union with 2:09 to go in the first half. Perdomo bounces it outside to McKay, now to Ortiz. Zumwalt near side. Finds Anderson. Finds McKay at the right elbow. Back outside to Zumwalt, now to Perdomo on the far side. It's McKay. Now to Anderson, under 150 to go now in the first half. Here's McKay. Trying to drive left against Hayes with the mid-range jump shot. Hits the front of the rim and won't go. It's Sheen who collects the rebound, kicks it to Stork, who fires it ahead to Hayes in the far corner. And they're going to say Hayes traveled in that corner, and it'll be Pelican basketball.
KU's defense a little more stingy here at the end of the first half, making Henley work a little harder for good looks at the basket.
With it now is McKay. Trying to get it down to Anderson. Anderson bouncing it down low to Ortiz. McCready got up, but can only come away with a foul. A good effort will send Klamath Union's Ortiz to the line.
Yep, that was a good effort. Had to play a little catch up there and fouled him with the body. That's his first foul, I think. Is that right? Yes.
Yep, first foul and 6th for Henley. KU stands at 6 as well for the half. First free throw from Ortiz is good. And so the score 22-10. The minute 16 to go in the second. And a second free throw on the way for Ortiz. The senior from KU sinks the second free throw. Boersma into the front court for Henley. Trying to drive left, bouncing it out to Stork on the left elbow. Stork trying to drive down low, find Marcus, but the pass batted out of bounds by KU. It'll stay in possession of the Hornets.
Once again, looking inside. When McCready's in there, that's their first option. They're looking for him. Henley will inbound the ball under their own basket.
And also Matheny into the game for the Pels, in for Ortiz. It's Hayes now top of the key, zipping it down low to Sheen. Turnaround jumper, rolls around the rim and won't go. It's Matheny who cleans the glass. Under a minute now to go in the half, 22-11, Henley leads. It's Zumwalt now on the far side. Kicking it to Anderson. Anderson to Perdomo. Perdomo to McKay. McKay now to Matheny, trying to drive down low at the free throw line. Fadeaway jump shot from Matheny's no good. And it's McCready who gets the rebound, passes it ahead to Boersma. Boersma now against Perdomo beyond the arc, 26 seconds to go now in the half. Boersma finds Hayes at the free throw line, kicks it to Sheen in the near corner, has an open look at 3. Sheen can't convert. The rebound is collected by Marcus for the putback. 10 seconds to go now in the second, and Klamath Union with a chance to take the last shot of the half. Here's Zumwalt. Zumwalt at the free throw line. Turns around, fadeaway jumper, won't go. McCready, a full court heave. No, it's just short. 24-11, the score after one half tonight. We're going to go to the locker rooms, and we'll be back on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video on mybasin.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you, local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your
It's halftime tonight inside the Hornets' nest as Henley leads the Klamath Union Pelicans 24-11. At halftime tonight, the leading scorer for the Hornets this evening, Marcus McCready's got 8 points, followed by Shaw Stork with 5. Blaine Boersma's got 4. 3 for TJ Chavez and 2 for Owen Sheen. Your scorers tonight for the Henley Hornets. Meantime, for Klamath Union, it's 4 points from Daquan McKay, 3 from Javin Zumwalt, and 2 from each Tony Ortiz and Alexis Perdomo. That's how we get a score of 24-11. And after that first half, Kev, it was just far too easy for the Hornets to get to the rim.
Right, and neither team shot really well, but I think the key number is 11. I mean, Henley only gave up 11 points in that first half. That's excellent defense. I just feel like KU had to work really hard to get a good shot, and then Henley was getting a lot of second chance baskets. They were doing really well on the offensive glass, and I think that's the reason that they have a 13-point advantage here at halftime.
Marcus active in the scorebook again. Last time these two teams played, it was 15 points for him. Already over halfway there tonight with 8. He was getting some easy looks at the rim, so much so that Klamath Union swapped Kajir on him, or off of him, to close out that second half, and that held him to no points in that second quarter. So interesting to see how they adjust defensively to a presence down low like Marcus.
Right, and especially when he has a pretty clear size advantage. That makes it tough. You have to try to get out in front of him, but if you have good passers, you can get that ball lobbed up over the top, and they've done a couple of those, even an alley-oop to Sheen. So Henley showed they can pass the ball, and they can play pretty good defense too.
They're up 24-11 after one half this evening. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Skyline Conference standings, not only for these boys, but also the girls, which wrapped up just a little while ago. That's coming up next as we continue your coverage of Hornets basketball on 104.3 and 960 Sports, HD video on mybasin.com.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been away forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
And we're back with you courtside inside the Hornets' Nest on the campus of Henley High School, just south of downtown Klamath Falls, for tonight's Skyline Conference matchup between the Hornets and the Pelicans. Henley up by 13 right now, just 16 minutes away from clinching back-to-back Skyline Conference titles, as if Henley holds on to win this one, they will win the conference outright and secure that first seed coming out of the Skyline Conference, along with an immediate berth into the 16-team playoff. It's Henley, then Klamath Union, Hidden Valley Phoenix, then Mazama in order in the Skyline Conference. And as we were kind of talking about during the break there for a minute, Kev, the Henley girls securing a win tonight, which at least gets you guys co-champions for the league.
Right.
And a playoff berth secured for the squad tonight. Now just got one more against Phoenix to try to take home that sole Skyline Conference trophy, but playoffs in the books for the Henley Lady Hornets as well.
Yeah, very, very exciting time for the Lady Hornets. They secured the #1 seed tonight. As you mentioned, we can still tie for a Skyline title, but the #1 seed, it will be right here at Henley. Mazama's finished up their play. They don't play next week. They're done. They finished 6-2, and Henley with a win tonight is 6-1.
Mazama is going to have a postseason game as well. Those Lady Vikings will at least earn a play-in game.
Yes.
Unlikely that they will get that automatic bid as one of the kind of two non-league champions to get an at-large bid, but that is all to be decided. I believe the rankings freeze Tuesday night with the OSAA.
Yes, after Tuesday's game.
And so after that, you'll be able to check out OSAA.org for all of the matchups and things like that moving forward as we enter the playoffs, which begin early next month and, of course, culminate on March 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th at Forest Grove High School for the 4A Boys and Girls Basketball State Championship games. Everyone's got those dates circled on their calendars, and hopefully we can make the trip as well with the Henley Lady and Hornets in just a bit. We're going to be ready for third quarter action, as right now Henley, again, just one half away from securing a Skyline Conference championship. They're up 24-11. More Henley basketball next on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HDVideoBasin.com.
Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coltwell Banker, where home begins.
Thanks to Les Schwab tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, deep breaths and watch your speed. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
For a limited time, save up to $150 instantly on select sets of 4 tires. Les Schwab tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see 2 things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the 2 memories that stick out the most to me.
Oh, I forgot though. We're both high enough seeds. We'll be at Forest Grove. That's true. I'm so used to playing games then.
We are back on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD Video on MyBasin.com. Getting ready to start the third quarter, a game in which Henley leads 24-11. The 5 on the floor for the Hornets as we come out of the break. It'll be Blaine Boersma, Shaw Stork, Owen Sheen, Luke Bennett, and Marcus McCready. For the Pelicans, it's Javin Zumwalt, Tony Ortiz, along with Tony Matheny. Jacob Kaigier out there, along with Daquan McKay. The 5 on the floor for the Pelicans to start the third quarter.
I'm always interested to see when a team is down by this much, what their strategy will be. Do you pick up the pace immediately and try to cut that gap in half in the third quarter, or do you just keep doing what you're doing? Just try to control the ball and steadily try to catch up to your opponent. So we'll see what Klamath Union does here.
Historically, Klamath Union also a team that does not shy away from the jump shot. So if they want to pick up the pace, it doesn't necessarily have to be at the rim for the Pels.
Sure. Threes would be a great way to get back in the game. Hit some 3-pointers.
All right, Henley starts with the basketball to begin the second half. Boersma zips it into Bennett on the left elbow. He takes a jumper that rattles home, so the Hornets strike first in the second half, 26-11. Here's Ortiz with it now on the far side. Kicks it to Kaigier, now Zumwalt with it. Zumwalt trying to move left, kicks it to McKay. McKay fakes left, goes right, kicks it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt creates room for 3. That one finds its way home. The first triple of the half for either team, as Zumwalt's got 6 points this evening. Here's Boersma trying to go left with it, gets it to Stork. Stork passing it near side to Bennett. Bennett fakes out the pass, finds Boersma. Boersma down low to Marcus, who can't get the shot. Stork with the putback.
Another rebound for Shaw. And put back.
7 points for Shaw tonight. His team up 28-14. Zumwalt kicks it to Matheny. Matheny bouncing it down low to Ortiz on the left block. Ortiz going to work against Stork. Zips it to Zumwalt, top of the key. Zumwalt takes the Ortiz screen, picked up by Stork. Down low to Ortiz. Has it picked loose by Boersma and collects the loose ball. Ortiz zips it back outside to Matheny. Well beyond the arc. Matheny now to McKay near side. McKay trying to go right with it, drive that right block, up with the shot, a whistle and a blocking foul against Boersma. It'll remain Pell basketball.
Klamath Union really trying to force that drive. They got the benefit of the call, and they'll take it out under their basket.
Zumwalt to inbound. Going to bounce it to Ortiz on the far right block. Now it's Zumwalt beyond the arc. Zumwalt bouncing it down low to Matheny, but Sheen jumps the passing lane and creates a takeaway. Sheen shoving it ahead to Stork in the near corner. Stork back to Bennett, top of the key. Bennett finds Sheen on the far side. And now Stork top of the key. Stork guarded by McKay, bouncing it near side to Boersma. Boersma bringing it around, gets it to Sheen for a 10-foot jumper that's good.
Nice, easy shot for Owen. Smooth jump shot.
30-14, 6:02 to go in the third, and Henley separating themselves from the Pels just a bit more. It's now a 16-point game. Here's Matheny. Thought about a three, bouncing it down low to Kygier. Kygier trying to go to work against Marcus. Kygier takes a step outside, kicks it to Ortiz, now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt to McKay for three is good.
Another three-pointer for the Pelicans.
Bennett now on the near side. Gets it down to Stork, driving to the rim and gets fouled on the drive. Stork will head to the line for two.
The Henley offense is really doing a nice job of finding the creases in that defense and making good, clean cuts, aggressive cuts to the basket, and receiving passes for easy hoops.
Stork 7 points tonight at the line. He is just 1 for 5. Makes one there. 31-17 is the Hornets lead. Stork's second free throw was quite a bit short. It'll be Pelican basketball.
Student sections, both schools getting involved.
One of the best things about rivalry games, these schools only about 15 minutes apart from each other. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll stay Pell basketball. Ortiz to inbound, getting it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt getting it to McKay. McKay thought about a three, bouncing it to Kygier at the free throw line. Kygier finds Zumwalt, takes a screen going right, picked up by McCready. Now Ortiz on the near side. Ortiz back to Zumwalt. Zumwalt down low to Kygier on the left block. Underhand pass outside to Ortiz for three is no good. Rebound collected by Sheen. Sheen racing up the floor for the Hornets. Bouncing it near side to Stork. Underhand pass to Boersma. Boersma trying to go right with it. Loses the handle but recollects, kicks it to Stork, top of the key. Now Bennett on the far side. Bennett down low to McCready. Now back to Stork. It's Sheen now on the near side. Getting it down low to Stork, but the pass picked away by Zumwalt. Now it's Matheny in transition. Trying to drive to the rim. Underhand pass to McKay. Brings it back beyond the arc. Now to Ortiz. Driving down low. Left elbow jumper won't go. And it'll be Stork with the rebound.
A lot of yellow shirts under the basket for these rebounds.
Sheen with it near side. Tries to get it to Marcus, and a foul. And we'll see what the call is here on the near official. It looks like it's going to be against Kygier with a push to Marcus to the ground, so it'll be Hornets basketball. Sheen tries to loft it high to Marcus, but the pass batted away. Loose ball collected by Boersma, gets it down low to Sheen, back out to Blaine, down low to Marcus. Kygier again swats it away. Sheen trying to get it across the floor to Bennett, who steps into a triple. Back iron, no good. Sheen with the rebound, puts it on the deck, driving to the hoop and scores.
Another second chance basket for the Hornets. And they lead by 16.
33-17, 4 minutes to go in the third. We're going to take a break on 104.3 and 960 Sports HD video tonight on mybasin.com.
Sports was kind of what defined me as a person. I loved to play every sport I could possibly play. The Abbeys was really the family stomping ground for all of our community. Saturday afternoon soccer tournaments, we'd head over to Abbeys afterwards. And then when we got up into middle school, on our way home, we'd stop at Abbeys after basketball games. When I go home, I want to see two things when I drive through Winston. I want to see my Abbeys, and I want to see my high school. And those are the two memories that stick out the most to me.
We're back in the third quarter at Henley High School as the Hornets lead the Klamath Union Pelicans 33-17. 4 minutes to go in the third period, and the Pels will start with the ball. Inbound pass goes to Zumwalt, who's picked up by Sheen, full court. Now it's to Ortiz. Ortiz bouncing it back to Zumwalt. Zumwalt now top of the key. Spinning around, gets it to Ortiz. The Hornets pressuring the ball, gets it to Zumwalt. Zumwalt trying to drive the lane down low, bounce pass to Kajir, and he can't contain the ball. Turnover, Hornets basketball.
Another good defensive possession for Henley. All of KU's points this half coming from the three-point shot.
Borsma along the far side, bouncing it to Sheen. The pass broken up by McKay. Race to the rim by McKay. He gets the shot.
Good job converting that turnover.
Borsma with it now, top of the key, zipping it near side to Sheen, trying to get it down low to Marcus, who turns around and finishes at the rim. 10 points tonight for Marcus, his team up 35-19.
Quick ball movement leads to success.
Ortiz has it now. Trying to get it over to Zumwalt, and Sheen tries to play a bit of soccer there, kicks it away. It'll be Pell basketball.
For the most part, KU's only getting one shot on offense. Henley's coming up with a rebound, makes it a lot tougher to catch up if you can't get those rebound baskets.
Or deny Henley the offensive rebound for that matter.
Sure.
Shaw's been working hard, especially in that category.
Right.
Here's McKay to the rim. He gets fouled on the drive. And this one is going to go against Bennett. Now, Coach Case trying to say it's goaltending.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. There were a lot of hands above the rim on that.
Can it be goaltending on a dunk? If it never comes out of the offensive player's hands, even on the way down, is it goaltending?
It would seem to me if it's still in his hands, then it would be a block.
Right.
If it's on the way down, it would be a goaltend. And I don't think he hit the backboard first, so probably a good call of no goaltend.
No goaltend, so McKay to the line for two. Misses the first. He'll get a second.
Coach Ed Case getting an explanation here.
I think it's fair. It looked like it maybe could have gone either way, but the official is kind of saying what we were saying. It was still in his hands, so the contact was ball to ball. The foul was on the body. And so neither free throw is good, and McCready gets the rebound. Score remains 35-19, 2:52 to go in the third. Borsma on the far side, kicks it to Stork, top of the key. Now to Borsma. Borsma puts it on the deck, finds Hayes. Hayes trying to drive right, hands it to Stork. Kicks it to Hayes on the near side. Hayes puts it on the deck, over to Stork on the far side, gets it down low to Borsma, bounces it to Marcus. His shot is blocked by Kajir. Now it's Klamath Union. McKay, bothered by Borsma, kicks it to Matheny. 2:22 to go in the third. The score now 35-19. McKay with the pass, top of the key. Guarded by Borsma. Kicks it to Zumwalt on the far side. Zumwalt fakes right, steps left, stops at the free throw line, kicks it out to Ortiz, trying to drive that far lane. Underhand pass back outside to Matheny. Matheny with a move to the rim. The floater, no good. And McCready with the rebound.
Tough shot attempt there. Wouldn't fall for KU.
Here's Stork now into the front court for Henley. Passes it to Borsma. Borsma, underhand pass, handoff to Hayes. Now to Sheen on the near side. Sheen trying to dribble to the baseline, bouncing it back to Hayes, finds Borsma on the far side. Lofting it into Sheen again for the finish at the rim.
That was exactly like the play we saw in the first half. Same side of the basket and everything.
6 points tonight for Sheen. As Ortiz has it now, back to Zumwalt. Zumwalt trying to drive that right block. Spins around, kicks it out to Ortiz. Score 37-19, Henley leads, a minute 16 to go in the third. And a blocking foul down low is going to be charged to Borsma. And that's Henley's third foul.
It's just one of those nights for the Pelicans. Just unable to make a dent in that lead. Trying their best, just not having any success here in the third quarter.
Tony Ortiz to inbound is going to find Matheny close. Matheny opts for a triple, won't go. Rebound collected by Stork. Now it's Borsma bringing it up the floor. Borsma kicks it to Chavez. He tries for three. Back iron no good. The rebound is collected by Zumwalt. Zumwalt racing up the floor. Trying to take it himself. Can't get it to go. And Hayes with the rebound. Hayes now racing up the floor. Lofting it down low to Sheen to the rim. And he's fouled.
Owen did a nice job of filling the lane on the far side. It was a perfect pass. but half of the crowd thinks that was a block. Half does not.
You know, it did look close, but Henley getting the benefit of the call there as Sheen sinks the first free throw. Sheen toeing the line for his second look at the rim. It's good. Now up to a 20-point lead, 39-19. And the pass on the far side intercepted by Boersma. He throws it ahead to Sheen. He backs out beyond the perimeter. Sheen now driving inside. The shot is again bothered by Ortiz, and another foul as Sheen drives the lane.
The crowd again getting into it. It's pretty good defense by the Pelicans.
Also something to keep track of. That's the fourth foul on Tony Ortiz tonight.
Right.
Sheen to the line, makes his first.
When you're aggressive all the time like Henley is, you're going to get those calls. They're just so good at attacking the rim and finishing that they will get those calls.
And with Sheen moving so fast as well, he can absorb a lot of that contact. So it might not look like he's taking it, but there very well could be some. Sheen's second free throw is good. That's 4 straight makes for him at the line. The score 41-19. Zumwalt kicking it to Anderson. Now near side to Matheny. Matheny trying to drive the baseline up with the shot, and Matheny is fouled. And so that will send him to the line for a pair.
TJ Chavez in the game now for Henley. I like TJ's game. I think he could be important going on into the playoffs. He's that backup center, big man player. And he can also shoot from the outside. He's a good talent.
Fairly good off-ball defender, too. You don't see him lose his man too much in the paint.
Good rebounder.
That first free throw from Matheny missed its mark. Bennett has checked into the game. Second free throw from Matheny is good. His first point of the night. 28 seconds to go now in the third. The score 41-20. Henley leads. Boersma kicks it to Stork. Stork back to Boersma. Boersma got bothered by McKay, gets it to Bennett on the right elbow. Pass inside to Chavez. He kicks it back outside to Boersma. 14 seconds to go now in the third. Boersma spins to his right. Now trying to go left. Dribbles back out. Now to Sheen, top of the key. Is going to find Bennett near side. Bennett puts it on the deck. 2 seconds now. Bennett spins around. Jump shot at the buzzer will not go. And so after 3, Henley leads by 21. It's 41-20. We'll have fourth quarter action next on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video on mybasin.com.
During COVID, I gained over 24 pounds. I lost motivation in working out. I lost motivation in eating healthy. And for me, if I'm not active, I just don't eat well. But then I started taking a class at Harbor's gym called High Low. The first week I felt like I didn't fit in and I couldn't do it, but the instructor was so kind and thanked me for coming and told me how well I did. I was like, no, I wasn't, but it made me come back the next week and the next week. And soon enough, I was keeping up with the class. I started introducing more classes and then going Saturdays. I learned how to lift weights accurately with repetition. I started lifting on my own. I started golfing too with my husband. And all of a sudden, I was buying salads instead of sandwiches. Small victories happened week by week, and it's 100% because of Harbor, their staff, their gym, the golf. My husband is getting out of the house and working out with me. His golf game is increasing, we're lifting together, and we feel good. Harbor, where I lost my reins and got my gains.
Into the fourth quarter we go on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybasin.com. 41-20, and the Hornets lead in the final frame, just 8 minutes away from being back-to-back Skyline Conference champions. Just got to finish strong as Matheny trying to body up Janney down low, can't get the bucket. It's Chavez who gets the rebound, passes it ahead to Janney, who finds Stork as he brings it up the floor. Stork now top of the key, guarded by Zumwalt, finds Janney. Janney now to Boersma, finds Stork on the far side. Stork crosses to his left, trying to drive the baseline, passes it back outside to Janney, now to Boersma, top of the key, gets it to Chavez. Chavez trying to drive down low, goes up off the glass, and it's good. Chavez working hard for the look and gets the points.
Nice move out of the pivot. Easy basket for TJ.
TJ's got 5 points tonight, his team up 43-20. Here's Matheny bouncing it over to Perdomo. Now it's McKay who loses the dribble but recollects. McKay trying to drive down low, and he's fouled on the drive. This is going to go against Aiden Hayes. That'll be Henley's 5th team foul, and Hayes' second.
That was a nice take to the basket. And we're getting some help off the court here for a player.
We'll see who comes in place of Matheny here. It looks like Kygier getting ready to check in, along with Malcolm Lassett-Hankins. First we're seeing of Hankins tonight. Sophomore got considerable playing time last time these two squads played.
Right.
And McKay still at the free throw line. First one rims out, no good.
Hornets have now already scored more than they scored the last time against this team.
Rightly so. Second free throw, no good either. And Chavez out-rebounds Janney. And I think it was Kygier who threw an elbow. And it'll be Hornets basketball underneath the KU rim.
Both teams with 5 personals in this half.
Boersma collects the inbound. So he brings it into the front court for Henley. Finds Janney near side. Now to Hayes. Hayes puts it on the deck, kicks it to Janney. Janney now near side to Boersma. Finds Chavez. Chavez back outside to Boersma. Spins around, tries to drive the lane, kicks it outside to Janney. Now to Hayes on the left side wing. Hayes down low to Stork. Dribbles it back out beyond the arc, kicks it to Janney on the far side. Back inside to Stork, driving down low, and Stork travels on his way to the rim.
Some good defense down there. Forcing the turnover for the Hornets.
Chavez and Hayes check out as McCready and Sheen check in for the Hornets. Zumwalt going against Boersma, who's got quick hands and picks his pocket. Boersma against Zumwalt in transition. Blaine can't finish at the rim. The rebound is picked up by Sheen, and he dribbles out beyond the perimeter. Down low to Marcus, up with the shot. Marcus can't finish. On the putback attempt, he's fouled.
And another player injured. They had to play defense before that time. The player for the Pelicans down.
And we'll take a brief pause here in the action. And the foul is going to be charged to Terrence Anderson when we come back. We will remind you that tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Klamath Falls Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise and Subaru Share the Love events, Klamath Falls Subaru has donated thousands of dollars to dozens of hometown charities. Comfortable and not corporate at Klamath Falls Subaru. Stop by and say hi. Also, Mountain Mike's Pizza. Refuel after the game at Mountain Mike's. You've earned a pizza made with 100% whole milk mozzarella and toppings piled so high that you'll need a mountain guide to reach the top. Mountain Mike's Pizza on Washburn near Walmart Shopping Center. Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. And after some time on the deck, the Klamath Union player heading on over to talk with Jason Taylor from Elevate Physical Therapy. Got up under his own power, and a round of applause from the KU student section.
That's good to see. I hope he's all right. And we'll pick up where we left off. Boersma will be at the line, shooting 2.
Boersma 2 for 3 at the line tonight. 2 for 4 after that miss. 6:10 to go in the final frame. It's 43-20, and Henley leads Klamath Union. Boersma's second free throw is no good either, and Kygier with the rebound. Here's McKay. McKay lofting it down low to Kygier. Kygier trying to go to work against Marcus. Spins around, fadeaway shot, bothered by Marcus, but a foul against the big McCready.
I think that's his second personal. He's pretty good about staying out of foul trouble. We haven't seen that at all this conference season. He's done a nice job of controlling his body and getting position down there without fouling.
Certainly.
Sometimes it gets a little rough in there.
He's also done a good job of defending probably the tallest player that also plays his position in the Skyline Conference at Kaijer. Kaijer, after that missed free throw, still scoreless tonight in the ball game, but does have a second look at the free throw line, and that one rattles home. Janney into the front court now for Henley, passing it to Boersma. Boersma lofting it down low to Sheen, back outside to Stork, driving the left lane, fastball inside to Marcus, his shot blocked, but the putback is just short as well. Rebound collected by Stork. Stork trying to find a player on the perimeter, finds Boersma, now top of the key to Sheen, zips it down low to Marcus for the fadeaway jumper, and that's good.
When he gets that pass in rhythm, he makes just about every one under there.
McCready with 12 points tonight. His team up 45-21 with 5:19 to go. McKay trying to drive right, kicks it outside to Lassett Hankins, now to Zumwalt. Zumwalt going left, kicks it near side to Anderson for three. That one rattles home. Now it's the Hornets to Stork. Stork, top of the key, handing it over to Janney on the far side. Janney with a mid-range jumper. Hits off the front of the rim, no good, and Anderson with the rebound for KU. Pelicans picking up the pace as it was McKay for three that won't go. Rebound out of bounds in possession of the Hornets.
I think the easiest way to sum up tonight's events, Henley just a step quicker. I think on both sides of the floor, just a little quicker. Getting position for rebounding, getting some transition baskets, just showing their speed tonight.
Sheen with a mid-range floater. That one won't go. Rebounds collected by Marcus, but he passes it outside. Nobody, collected by Anderson for KU. Anderson loses the dribble in transition, finds Zumwalt. Zumwalt driving to the rim, passes to Kaijer, and Kaijer loses the handle down on the baseline. Goes out of bounds. Possession Hornets as Owen Harper checks in for Marcus McCready.
Coach Hammond will work in some extra players tonight in the rotation.
Boersma brings it along the far side of the floor as we cross the 4 minutes to go mark in the final frame of a 45-24 ball game. Stork driving the lane, will get fouled on the shot. And so Stork goes to the line for a pair.
Shaw's had a really good night rebounding. I feel like he's really got to the ball a lot and a lot of traffic in there, but he always comes up with it.
A missed free throw there. Shaw has been great on the glass, has had his struggles from the free throw line tonight. That makes him just 2 for 7 after that miss. Lane violation against Henley will net the Pels the ball. And a foul as well means that both teams in the bonus now. And we'll be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Daquan McKay at the line, shooting 1 and 1. He's got 9 points tonight. Make it 10 after that make at the line.
He's had a nice night scoring with 10.
Leads his team in that metric, followed by Javin Zumwalt with 6. Second free throw is no good, picked up by Janney. Janney shoves it ahead to Boersma into the front court, passes it back to Janney, now to Stork. Stork to Sheen on the near side. Sheen driving baseline, up with the shot, and the nice finger roll to finish. 47-25, Hornets lead. Javin Zumwalt trying to drive the baseline. Kicks it to Kaijer on the right block. Kaijer guarded by Harper. Trying to back down Harper. Goes up with the shot. Banks it in. First made field goal from Kaijer.
It's a nice move.
Boersma is going to find Stork. Sheen now in the near corner, passing it back to Janney. Inside to Stork, spins around to his right, finds the cutting Harper for two.
Nicely done by the Hornets. That offense is running efficiently.
Kygier with it, top of the key. Now at the free throw line. Spins around, tries to find McKay, but ends up finding a 5-year-old in the front row, out of bounds. Possession Hornets.
Henley's defense is just pesky all night long. They just stay on. You don't give you any room to breathe. And sometimes you'll just get the errant pass or the unforced turnover every once in a while, like they did there.
And you hear the claps from the Henley student section as each senior checking out here for the Hornets. Blaine Boersma getting his due, then Owen Sheen. And I believe Stork coming out of the game as well, as he will get his round of applause. The senior night wrapping up for these gentlemen. But all things are pointing to at least one more home game for the Hornets, with playoffs looming.
Most definitely.
Chavez lofting it high to Janney. Janney kicks it outside to Hayes. Hayes back to Janney. Janney kicking it to Bennett on the far side. Bennett bringing it around top of the key. Down low to Janney. Loses a handle on it, but Hayes recollects. Hayes going to pass it to Janney along the near side. Janney puts it on the deck, bothered by Anderson's going to find Harper top of the key. Harper to Chavez. Chavez now brings it top of the key. Kicks it to Bennett. Bennett takes the Chavez screen going left. Now tries to drive down low. Hands it off to Janney, who brings it back around top of the key. Kicks it to Harper on the left side wing. Harper now to Bennett in the left corner. Thought about a three, drives down low, steps back, finds Janney, now Harper near side. Harper brings it around into the corner. 2:11 left to go in the ball game. The score 49-27. Here's Harper now. Harper to Janney. And back to Bennett. Bennett trying to drive against Zumwalt, goes left, terminates the dribble, finds Janney. The Hornets content to drain as much clock as they can. Chavez, underhand pass to Janney. Now to Bennett. Bennett lofting it down low to Hayes. Hayes kicking it outside to Chavez. 4-3 will not go, but the Hornets collect the rebound. Chavez gets a second look at three. That one won't go, and it'll be Hayden Smith who gets the rebound for the Pels. In transition, McKay with a bucket.
McKay finding some offense for the Pelicans tonight. He has 12.
Timeout called by Henley. We'll take 1-2. 1:22 to go in the fourth. They lead 49-29. Got Hornets basketball tonight on 104.3 960 Sports and HD video on mybasin.com.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, final minute 17 of the ball game, and the Hornets have possession up by 20, 49-29. As Bennett driving to the rim uses the glass to finish at the rim. 51-29 now, as Bennett with 4 points tonight. Perdomo at the right elbow, bouncing it to Garrard. Now it's Perdomo spinning inside. Had it stripped by Bennett, recollects. Pass goes back outside to Garrard, and the shot no good. And it'll be Janney to bring it into the front court. 38 seconds to go in the ball game. And the Hornets getting to smell that Skyline Conference title in about 30 seconds.
Well earned.
They'll remain unbeaten in a shortened conference season. They'll improve to 7-0 when the final buzzer sounds, with just one more trip to Phoenix on the schedule. That'll be Tuesday, and that is when, well, at least that night or the following morning, we'll find out who heads inside the Hornets' nest to take on the Hornets at home for their playoff matchup. And as the final buzzer sounds, it is confirmed the Henley Hornets are back-to-back Skyline Conference champions. They win this one 51-29. We'll be right back with some post-game coverage on 104.3 and 960 Sports with HD video tonight on mybit.com.
Comfortable and not corporate. At Clown Falls Subaru, we built our business on that simple promise. Well, that and some of the best people you're ever going to meet. Hi, I'm Rob Cedar, General Manager at Clown Falls Subaru. Our 62 employees make it easy for us to live up to our comfortable, not corporate philosophy. Friendly faces, easy answers, straight talk, fairness, and exceptional service. These are the things you expect. These are the things that all of our people deliver. Our management team, sales pros, certified service and body shop techs, lot attendants, and detail experts are all 100% focused on you. Local people putting their friends and neighbors first. At Clown Falls Subaru, that's the only way we do business. It's comfortable, not corporate. Our team members also spend hundreds of hours each year supporting local charities and events through the Subaru Love Promise. That's the kind of people they are. We're very proud of them. I'm Rob, and this is what makes us comfortable, not corporate.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
The Henley Hornets are your 2023 Skyline Conference champions. They are the back-to-back Skyline Conference champions after a 51-29 victory. Henley was led in scoring tonight by Owen Sheen, who scored 13. Marcus McCready had 12 points this evening, followed by Shaw Stork, who scored 8. 5 points tonight for TJ Chavez. Luke Bennett notched 4, along with Blaine Boersma. 2 points tonight for Owen Harper. The leading scorers tonight for Klamath Union, 12 points for Daquan McKay, followed by 6 from Javin Zumwalt, 3 for Jacob Kaijier and Terrence Anderson, 2 for Tony Ortiz and Alexis Perdomo, and 1 for Tony Matheny is how we get to our score of 51-29, and the Hornets have secured a home playoff game in the early parts of March after being crowned Skyline Conference champions.
Yeah, Henley's a good home team. They like playing here, and that's a definite advantage that first-round playoff game will be here. They are ranked number 5 in the state, and they look like it tonight, and that's what you want to do. When you have 2 games left, 1 game left into the playoffs, you want to get momentum. Any coach will tell you want to play well at the end. You want to peak at the right time. I think Henley's there. We've seen that they're a versatile team, very athletic, very quick, and they look great tonight.
It was the quickness that I think was the edge tonight. You kind of had touched on it in the third and fourth quarters, that quick interior passing. The Hornets move the ball around so quickly, and when you feed it to a guy like Marcus down low who's good for, it seems like, 10 or more points a night,
right.
They are going to be dangerous come playoff time. Marcus finished tonight with 12 points, 8 of them in the first half.
Yeah, you really can't focus on a Henley player. We've talked about that. They spread the scoring out so well that if you do focus on one, someone else will have a good night. So, yeah, Henley looking great, taking care of business tonight against the rival.
And all's to say, the season's not over for Klamath Union. Of course, they still have a game Tuesday night against Hidden Valley, but it's looking like the Pelicans should be in good position to potentially host a play-in game next week. And so there is postseason in the cards for the Pelicans as well. It's just that the Hornets are the conference champions this evening.
Yeah, there's still a lot of basketball for KU. They should get get a play-in spot. They may have to travel. Of course, that's all determined after next Tuesday. But sure, KU's got a lot to play for as well.
We'll take a little bit more of an in-depth look at the Skyline Conference standings as well as the OSAA playoff structure when we come back. Continuing your post-game coverage of Hornets basketball tonight, taking a 51-29 victory over Clamion.
So lonely, I just sigh and moan. Seems like I've been waiting forever, wondering if you're coming home. I just saw your face, I know you're coming home. I swear there is no place that feels as good as home. And then I heard your voice, I know you're coming home. I know you're coming home.
This is where unconditional love and immeasurable happiness reside. This is home. Coldwell Banker, where home begins.
51-29 the final tonight from the Hornets' Nest as Henley has secured their second consecutive Skyline Conference championship. That earns them the number 1 seed coming out of the conference and an automatic qualifier into the 16-team OSAA bracket. So Henley will join the conference champions from the Kawapa League, the Tri-Valley Conference, the Oregon West Conference, the Sky-M League, and the Greater Oregon Leagues as the first automatic qualifiers into the playoffs. So far, for sure, that's going to be Baker, Junction City, Crook County, and Astoria. Still waiting on a definite winner from the Sky-M League between Junction City and Marist. Junction City still undefeated, but with a couple of games left. Or pardon me, it was the Oregon West Conference between Cascade and Philomath that we're still waiting on a specific league champion. Philomath 8-1 in league play. They're ranked number 1 in the state. Cascade is 9-0 in league play, and they're ranked number 3 in the state. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the Oregon West Conference. Find out who joins Henley, probably both of those teams, in the automatic qualifiers, as it is 8 teams who make it. So along with all 6 league champions, the next 2 highest ranked squads will also get an automatic bid into the 16-team playoff. And then the second 8 teams will be decided by a play-in model, which you and I were kind of talking about, Kev, that Klamath Union should secure a spot in the play-in round, just being second in the conference, and could look like they might be traveling in that case just based off of their number 23 ranking in the state.
Right, and Mazama's in that bunch too, so we could get maybe 1, 2, 3, or 4 teams in that final playoff first round.
Yeah, Hidden Valley's in the mix as well from the Skyline at 16 in the state.
So the Skyline could be very well represented, and Henley feels good. They played, of course, all the Skyline teams. They've also played number 1 Philomath, and they played number 2 Junction City a couple times. So it's kind of nice when you're familiar with the teams you'll be seeing in the tournament, and it definitely helps you game plan a little bit. And Henley's right there. As a number 5 in the state, they could play with anyone.
Certainly, and the Hornets Skyline Conference champions tonight after a 51-29 victory over Klamath Union. If you're curious about any more details or the seedings when they are released, you can visit osaa.org for all of your basketball playoff inquiries. Again, that's osaa.org. That about does it for us this evening. We appreciate you being with us on mybasin.com. Of course, you can watch an archived replay of this event and many others just by logging on to mybasin.com. It's your home for everything going on in the Klamath Basin, from news to special events and, of course, sports. Find Henley basketball all season long on mybasin.com. Would like to thank a few of the folks that make tonight's broadcast possible. We'll start with all the head coaches this evening. John Nahar for the Klamath Union girls, along with Mr. Randy Denson, coach of the Lady Hornets. Also, Coach Ed Case of the Klamath Union Pelicans, and our hometown head coach Luke Hammond, also the athletic director here at Henley High School, along with the principal, Jesse Hamilton, getting us set up for the broadcast this evening. The final score tonight, the 2023 Skyline Conference champion Henley Hornets defeating the Klamath Union Pelicans 51-29. For Kevin Petrick, I'm Josh Eldridge saying good night from the Hornets' Nest.